touch me if you can. We're renegades.
It's this one here. In right field, it is treetop call and over the wall.
We're renegades. We're renegades. We're renegades. Listen up, listen up.
Hits the first pitch down the right field side. That's going to be it. Touching third.
Yeah. Yeah. Rappers really don't want beef with me. Trust me, I can beat you easily. Suckers get DDT'd. I've been swinging for the fences since I was in Little League. I'ma dig nut like a guillotine. Woo, Langston Hughes with the verses. Hook something like a Reno. Baby girl, I ain't got time to chase you. I've been chasing dreams. Whoa, I'm going crazy like I'm daylight. Yeah, I'm a crossover gang. AI. Yeah, we be skipping over all of your verses just like the CD with a playwright. Yeah, I already know if the beat is bananas, it's only right that I go wape on it. Yeah, going crazy like I'm daylight. Yeah, I'm a crossover gang. AI, yeah, we be skipping over all of your versions just like the CD with an A, yeah, going crazy like I'm daylight, yeah, I'm a crossover gang, AI, yeah, we be skipping over all of your versions just like the CD with a playwright, yeah, going crazy like I'm daylight, yeah, I'm a crossover gang, AI, yeah.
This is why you need Centex Primetime. Jalen Gillis brings the realness. Dive into the heart of sports with the most passionate commentary around. From pro to high school, Jalen's got the insight and energy you crave. Catch all the action weekdays from 5 to 7 p.m. on the Centex Sports Network, only on YouTube. Join the conversation and elevate your sports knowledge with Centex Primetime. Don't miss it.
Need video or audio solutions? Lighthouse Streaming, a full-scale media agency, can transform any event. Check this out. We're talking live streaming that's crisp and clear, event audio that hits every note, and church video and audio solutions that'll enhance worship. Corporate events, we got those on lock too. From concerts to conferences, Lighthouse Streaming and Audio makes your vision shine. Book your appointment now at lighthousestreaming.com or call 254-252-4206 for a free consultation. Let's elevate your event and light up the stage.
What's up, everybody? My name is Jalen Gillis. You may know me from Centex Sports Network. We're starting a new platform, Recruit 254. Our mission is to highlight the amazing student athletes of 254. So if you're in the Waco, Killeen, Temple, Mart, Marlin, or any surrounding 254 areas, follow this platform and join the movement. Recruit 254. 254, let's run it up.
Hello, my name is Roy Gillis, CEO of Lighthouse Streaming, and you're watching Centex Sports Network.
You got 8 seconds to prove you're worth the price of admission. And you got Baylor Scott and White Health along for the ride. So square up. You got this.
RJ's Bargain Center is your home team for appliances at unbeatable prices. From refrigerators to washers, dryers to stoves, you'll find brand new appliances with huge discounts. And just like your favorite local teams, RJ's is proud to support our community and local sports. Score your savings today at RJ's Bargain Center, 711 Lynn Street, Waco. Call 254-224-6178. RJ's Bargain Center, where big savings are always a home run.
I've looked back at MCC with all these kids coming out here, these men and women starting their lives out here, starting their dreams and their visions of what they want to do for their family. It's the foundation for our community.
The plan is to go win.
Yes, sir.
Our girls set a goal that they wanted to win a national championship. They wanted to win a conference championship. That's been on the table from day one. And now we put ourselves in a position to do that.
Pitch is hit in the air and deep to left field. Going back is Rayvon Morgan at the wall. He leaps and he makes the catch for the third out.
On the line, too much to give in. If you think it's over, then let's start it again. The planets alive, the stars burn bright, the sun goes down, we keep going all night. Don't back down, the moment is now. Don't miss out, we're never turning around. The light is young.
Going back and into it, it'll go all the way to the wall. One run is scored. Rounding the third, coming home to score is Aiden Cooney.
Catch me if you can. We're renegades.
It's this one here in right field. It is three-top call and over the wall.
We're renegades. We're renegades. We're renegades. Listen up, listen up.
Hits the first pitch down the right field side. That's going to be it. Touching third and coming home is the winning run. Carson Croca did a RBI double to Blake Hansen. The Highlanders walk it off and win by a score of 10-9.
We're renegades. Yeah. Yeah. Rappers really don't want beef with me. Trust me, I can beat you easily. Suckers get DDT'd. I've been swinging for the fences since I was in Little League. I'm at their neck like a guillotine. Woo! Lacing Hughes with the verses. Hook something like a ring, no. Baby girl, I ain't got time to chase you. I've been chasing dreams, whoa. I'm going crazy like I'm daylight, yeah. I'm a crossover gang, AI, yeah. We be skipping over all of your verses just like the CD wouldn't play right, yeah. I already know if the beat is bananas, it's only right that I go ape on it, yeah. Going crazy like I'm daylight, yeah. I'm a crossover gang, AI, yeah. We be skipping over all of your verses just like the CD wouldn't, ay, yeah. Going crazy like I'm daylight, yeah. I'm a crossover gang, AI, yeah. We be skipping over all of your verses just like the CD wouldn't play right, yeah. Going crazy like I'm daylight, yeah. I'm a crossover gang, AI, yeah.
This is why you need Centex Primetime. Jalen Gillis brings the realness. Dive into the heart of sports with the most passionate commentary around. From pro to high school, Jalen's got the insight and energy you crave. Catch all the action weekdays from 5 to 7 p.m. on the Centex Sports Network, only on YouTube. Join the conversation and elevate your sports knowledge with Centex Primetime. Don't miss it.
Need video or audio solutions? Lighthouse Streaming, a full-scale media agency, can transform any event. Check this out. We're talking live streaming that's crisp and clear, event audio that hits every note, and church video and audio solutions that'll enhance worship. Corporate events, we got those on lock too. From concerts to conferences, Lighthouse Streaming and Audio makes your vision shine. Book your appointment now at lighthousestreaming.com or call 254-252-4206 for a free consultation. Let's elevate your event and light up the stage.
What's up, everybody? My name is Jalen Gillis. You may know me from Centex Sports Network. We're starting a new platform, Recruit 254. Our mission is to highlight the amazing student athletes of 254. So if you're in the Waco, Killeen, Temple, Mart, Marlin, or any surrounding 254 areas, follow this platform and join the movement. Recruit 254. 254, let's run it up.
Hello, my name is Roy Gillis, CEO of Lighthouse Streaming, and you're watching Centex Sports Network.
You got 8 seconds to prove you're worth the price of admission. And you got Baylor Scott and White Health along for the ride. So square up. You got this.
RJ's Bargain Center is your home team for appliances at unbeatable prices. From refrigerators to washers, dryers to stoves, you'll find brand new appliances with huge discounts. And just like your favorite local team, RJ's is proud to support our community and local sports. Score your savings today at RJ's Bargain Center, 711 Lynn Street, Waco. Call 254-224-6178. RJ's Bargain Center, where big savings are always a home run.
I've looked back at MCC with all these kids coming out here, these men and women starting their lives out here, starting their dreams and their visions of what they want to do for their family. It's the foundation for our community.
The plan is to go win.
Yes, sir.
Our girls set a goal that they wanted to win a national championship. They wanted to win a conference championship. That's been on the table from day one. And now we put ourselves in a position to do that.
Pitch hit in the air and deep to left field. Going back is Rayvon Morgan at the wall. He leaps and he makes the catch for the third out.
On the line, too much to give in. If you think it's over, then let's start it again. The planets align, the stars burn bright, the sun goes down, we keep going all night. Don't back down, the moment is now. Don't miss out, we're never turning around.
Going back into it, it'll go all the way to the wall. One run has scored. Rounding the third, coming home to score is Aiden Cooney.
Catch me if you can. We're renegades.
It's this one here, in right field. It is treetop tall and over the wall.
We're renegades. We're renegades. We're renegades. Listen up, listen up.
Hits the first pitch down the right field side. That's going to be it. Touching third and coming home is the winning run, Carson Proka. Give a RBI double to Blake Hansen. And the Highlanders walk it off and win by a score of 10-9.
We're renegades. Yeah. Yeah. Rappers really don't want beef with me. Trust me, I can beat you easily. Suckers get DDT'd. I've been swinging for the fences since I was in Little League. I make they nut like a guillotine. Ooh, Langston Hughes with the verses. Hook something like a ring, no. Baby girl, I ain't got time to chase you. I've been chasing dreams, whoa. I'm going crazy like I'm daylight, yeah. I'm a crossover gang, AI, yeah. We be skipping over all of your verses just like the CD wouldn't play right, yeah. I already know if the beat is bananas, it's only right that I go wape on it, yeah. Going crazy like I'm daylight, yeah. I'm a crossover gang, AI, yeah. We be skipping over all of your verses just like the CD wouldn't, ay, yeah. Going crazy like I'm daylight, yeah. I'm a crossover gang, AI, yeah. We be skipping over all of your verses just like the CD wouldn't play right, yeah. Going crazy like I'm daylight, yeah. I'm a crossover gang, AI, yeah.
Hello, this is Roy Gillis, Friday Night Flex. Thank you for tuning in to the broadcast tonight. Having a great time bringing you highlights and all the stuff, the commentary that's going on in the sports room. But again, we're at the part of the break where we talk about some of our local businesses and what they are doing. Tonight we're featuring, I guess our special guest tonight is none other than Ms. Jessica Horn. She is the owner and the chief cook, the chief operating officer of Jess Soul Food. Jessica, thank you so much for being a part.
Thank you so much for having me.
I know something about you.
Okay.
You went to University High, South Waco.
Yes.
You represent.
Mm-hmm.
You represent.
Absolutely.
You have been cooking since you was 10 years old.
10 years old.
And you are the owner of Jess Soul Food.
Yeah.
Tell us a little bit about what made you want to become an entrepreneur. And owner of a
3-1. Okay, and I just felt a need in South Waco for a restaurant. And so I knew I could cook. I'm not bragging or anything. I'm just saying I just knew I could cook.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? I said this was my passion.
Wait a minute. So 2003 is when this thing started.
Right.
It didn't just start
Right.
3 years ago.
Right.
Okay.
2003, I bought my first grill
Okay. What was
and
you
put it in storage.
Okay, so you
Didn't
were
have
preparing.
yes.
So you had some kind of vision,
Yeah.
but you were still figuring it out.
You have your vision, guess what? Write it down, make it plain.
Now, I've been a partaker of the food. Y'all missed it. The crew had already came in and hit it, and we had boudin balls, we had hot wings, we had chicken meatball sliders. We had all of that going on, so they done ran through here, y'all. So I'm just telling you, they didn't run through here. But she also does all kinds of things. I heard you talking about salmon croquettes on Wednesdays.
Wednesday.
I know oxtails is one of your
Every day.
every day. You can go to Just Soul Food at 810 LaSalle, Waco, Texas, and get oxtails. Not just any kind of oxtails, not them tough ones, but I'm talking about the ones that you don't even need your teeth in your mouth. You can eat these oxtails. That's how good they are. So, and support. And I always say, hey, make sure you're supporting our local businesses. And not only is she a restaurateur and an entrepreneur, but she's also a concert promoter. So there's a concert coming to Waco, and it is a tribute concert that is going to be to Dr. Marvin Sapp, Mrs. Jessica, in partnership with Bridget Bogus, BMB Ministries Productions. We know that she's put on concerts all over Texas. They're bringing Dr. Sapp here to Waco, Texas, and you need to be a part of that. And I think tickets are only are they $35, Bridget?
25.
20
They're going to be 25 from today until Tuesday.
for $25, 2 number ones at Whataburger. That's what you're gonna. That's gonna be about $25. 2 number ones at Whataburger. You can be a part of this concert and see some of our. I see Andre Simmons on here, Robert Hall, Marcus Kidd, Joseph Anthony, and Waco's own Fred Griffin. We all know who he is. That's going to be at Second Baptist Church, Pastor Nika Davis. Make sure that you go over there and support that. It's going to be September the 20th. It starts at 5 o'clock. Doors open. When the doors opening up? Doors open at 4 o'clock. You can get in there, get you a good seat, and so what is it?
Shop.
And shop. Oh,
We're going to have vendors.
there will be vendors there.
There'll be vendors.
Oh, any local vendors or? Well, it don't matter. It's going to be some vendors there. And there's going to be some vendors there. Make sure you come on out. It's just going to be a family evening. That's all it is. It's going to be a family evening where you can bring whoever you want to bring. You can bring your significant other. You can bring your girlfriend, your wife, your husband. Get him out the house. Let him cut the grass, and then get him all cleaned up and bring him on out to the concert. They're going to have a great time at the concert. Vendors there the night before. I have to put this in. There's a revival. These are church announcements. The revival is going to be at Carver Park Baptist Church on the 19th. And so make sure that you are going out to support. It's going to be a great weekend. We're anticipating a great weekend coming up here in Waco, Texas. Miss Jessica, tell us a little bit about your vision as far as what do you want, what is Just Soul Food to be known as? Tell me, when I come there, what can I expect? When I show up in the doors at 810 LaSalle, what can I expect?
A family atmosphere we have a lot of love, and that's why I tell everybody our food is seasoned with love.
Food is seasoned with love. She ain't gonna tell you the recipe, but it's seasoned with love. You're not gonna find out what's in it, but she makes it happen. Want to thank you so much for tuning in. We're gonna go back to the studio, and just go and thank you so much for coming by, bringing this spread, and we look forward to seeing you on the 20th. The 20th.
The 19th and 20th.
You'll be at the revival too.
Yeah.
You're gonna get revived.
Yes,
all right, she's gonna be revived too, and she'll be at the revival. And this Friday and Saturday. Make sure you get your tickets. Go out to 810 LaSalle Avenue. Pick up your tickets. They're only $25. Great blowout sale, and be a part of what's going on here in Waco. Again, this is Roy Gillis signing off. Friday Night Flex, going back into the studio with the guys.
Thank you so much.
Very welcome.
Jalen Gillis brings the realness. Dive into the heart of sports with the most passionate commentary around. From pro to high school, Jalen's got the insight and energy you crave. Catch all the action weekdays from 5 to 7 p.m. on the Centex Sports Network, only on YouTube. Join the conversation and elevate your sports knowledge with Centex Primetime. Don't miss it.
Need video or audio solutions? Lighthouse Streaming, a full-scale media agency, can transform any event. Check this out. We're talking live streaming that's crisp and clear, event audio that hits every note, and church video and audio solutions that'll enhance worship. Corporate events, we got those on lock too. From concerts to conferences, Lighthouse Streaming and Audio makes your vision shine. Book your appointment now at lighthousestreaming.com or call 254-252-4206 for a free consultation. Let's elevate your event and light up the stage.
What's up, everybody? My name is Jalen Gillis. You may know me from Centex Sports Network. We're starting a new platform, Recruit 254. Our mission is to highlight the amazing student athletes of 254. So if you're in the Waco, Killeen, Temple, Mart, Marlin, or any surrounding 254 areas, follow this platform and join the movement. Recruit 254. 254, let's run it up.
Hello, my name is Roy Gillis, CEO of Lighthouse Streaming, and you're watching Centex Sports Network.
You got 8 seconds to prove you're worth the price of admission. And you got Baylor Scott and White Health along for the ride. So square up. You got this.
What is going on, everybody? Welcome back in here to Friday Night Flex. As you can see, we got a little snack in between there, and we are back here ready to bring you guys some more coverage from all the games around this Central Texas area. Before we jump back into it, I'm just going to give you guys some quick score updates of what's going on here in the Central Texas area. We already talked about Midway getting the win last night. Right now, Temple down 3-0, taking on San Antonio Reagan. China Spring and University, our game of the week, tied at 7 apiece. We'll go back to that game in just a little bit. Waco High with the lead in the second quarter, up 12-7 on Cleburne. Lake Belton gets a win versus Killeen last night, 28-21. Georgetown Eastview taking on Belton. Belton up 10-7 in that game. La Vega taking on West Orange Stark at a neutral site in Nacogdoches, Texas. La Vega up 20-0 in the second quarter. Connally and Grandview getting ready to kick off in just a little bit. Ferris and Teague up 16-7 in that game. Crosstown matchup here, McGregor and West. West with a 14-7 lead in that game. Grosbeck with a 7-0 lead over Centerville. Maypearl, who just got a win last week versus Mart, up 13-0 on Cameron Yo. Troy down 3-0, taking on Rogers. Clifton and Italy. Clifton with a 7-0 lead. Axtell's got a 12-0 lead on Iola. Bosqueville and Meridian. Bosqueville with the 7-0 lead in that game. Itasca down 21-0 in the first quarter, taking on Cayuga. DeLeon and Valley Mills. DeLeon's got a 14-7 lead versus Valley Mills. Bruceville Eddy trailing against Santo 13-0 right now. And Aquila up 16-0 on Oakwood in some of our six-man football games. Like I said, lots of great games going on around this Central Texas area. Let's jump into a couple of these. La Vega looking like they're coming back out and returning to form against La Vega. As I said earlier, this is the first time they played a team that's 4A Division II. They played Kennedale to start it. Then they got Salina. Now somebody that's in their playing field, they're dominating to start this game off 20-0. Fellas, still got Rocky Miller and Wayne Walker here joining with me at the table. What do y'all think about La Vega jumping out to this early lead against West Orange Stark of 20-0 right now?
I think it's pretty much what Walker said earlier. La Vega is going to turn the form after having two really tough opponents. The first couple games of the season, La Vega is La Vega, and you fully expected him, Wayne, to settle down and be much more competitive in teams that are in their division.
Right, and the reason behind non-district games is to get ready for district. Mm-hmm. So they're getting ready for district. They went out and played two tough opponents the first couple of games. Won one, took a defeat on the next game, and now they kind of get back to it. And so La Vega's going to be okay. They're going to be okay. And like we said, they're going to get back to La Vega football. When you go back and you analyze it, after a tough loss, you go back and you say, hey, let's get back to the basics. And the basics for La Vega is running the ball and tough defense.
Yeah, that's exactly what looks like the Pirates are doing right now. As I said, up 20-0 on West Orange Stark. So we're going to check back in, see if we can get some more updates. But I want to talk about your alma mater in a little bit, Rocky. Waco High Lions, man. We were talking about them yesterday on the show. We talked about them a little bit here pre-show as well. They're looking for their first win of the season under new head coach Martinez. Off to a tough start so far, but in this game versus Cleburne, we said, hey, this is one of those games Waco High can find themselves, try to find an identity. And right now, it looks like they're off to a good start. They're up 12-7. Their offense has been led by almost a one-man show, Brian Whitaker Jr. This guy is their leading passer, over 200 yards on the season and a couple of touchdowns. But he's also their leading rusher with over 200 yards as well. Kind of a one-man offense is what it seems like it's been, along with some of the help of Tamarian Marshall as well out there at receiver. Rock, what do you think about the Lions, man, trying to get their first win of the season?
Man, it's a great thing to see them up early. Good thing about them being up early is that they are up.
Yeah.
But they have a lot of game left.
Oh,
and hopefully, teams that are perennial losers sometimes have trouble struggling with prosperity. Mm-hmm. Like when they're up, they may be lax a little bit, have teams coming back. I'm going to be monitoring this game pretty close because the true mark of a team that's improving is once you get a lead, can you sustain the lead? Can you keep the lead? Can you add to that lead? And that's what I'll be looking for. But it's good to see them up 12-7 on the road against Cleburne.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Winners find a way to win, losers find a way to lose. That's always been one of my mottos. But like Rocky said, one good thing about it is they're up right now. And you have to start somewhere. You have to start somewhere. And Cleburne is one of those teams that they can start it off on because Cleburne is in the same situation as Waco High. So you have to have a winner, you have to have a loser. But what a way to start it off and to go up. But you're at home. You should have confidence because you're at home. And you have to start somewhere.
They're in Waco?
They're at Cleburne.
They're at Cleburne.
They're at Cleburne?
Yeah, they're at Cleburne.
Okay.
On the road at Cleburne again.
Okay.
That's why I was encouraged. They're on the road with the lead.
That makes it a little bit tougher.
Well, hey, that's even better.
Yeah, it is. It is.
Like you said, if you can sustain that, that's a long, happy bus ride home. But if you lose, it's a long, unhappy bus ride home.
I was kind of concerned about this game, Wayne, because in week one, Cleburne defeated the team that defeated Waco High last week, Corsicana.
Yep.
Yeah, so again.
But when you have a team like Waco High, it's progression. It's progression. You have to start somewhere and you have to progress and get better and better and better. You have to build on everything that you have because when you have a new coach coming in, you don't really know what you have. You don't know what you have because you only have a few weeks to work with them through tour days, what we used to call it. But I mean,
fall camp
is what it's called. But you only have a little bit of time to work with these guys, so you really don't know what you have. You don't know what they did in the 7th and 8th grade because you wasn't monitoring them. You was over at Midway at the time. So everything is new for him, but it's all about progression. So you have to continue to get better, and better.
As we sitting here, it looks like La Vega's continue to pile it on. It's 23-0. The University of China Spring game finishes up the first quarter 7-7. So it looks like that's going to be a knockdown, drag out over off China Spring Road.
What's the score now?
North River Crossing, I guess.
Still tied at 7 apiece at the end of that. And like we talked about that environment earlier, I'm sure it's jam-packed over there. I'm sure whatever that county or country road that takes you back around the highway.
It's North River Crossing.
Yeah, North River Crossing. Yeah. I'm sure it's jam-packed over there.
You ought to know. You've been there a lot of times.
You've been there more than a couple of times. I want to take a look on another good matchup we had. Connally versus Grandview. Both of these teams undefeated so far this year. The Connally Cadets off to another 2-0 start, looking to keep some momentum going as they get into a tough District 12 that they'll be playing in just a couple of weeks. Taking on this Grandview team. Connally, as usual, they've got talent. They've got talent on both sides of the ball, led by the 4-star corner Jamarian Vincent, who's a do-it-all guy for the Cadets. He's going to Baylor next year. They've got a resurgent quarterback here in Kaufman that has stepped in to take over for them at quarterback and is really, really giving these guys a boost. Caden Kaufman has already thrown for 445 yards, 4 touchdowns, and 1 pick this season. And if you're not familiar with Connally football, that's something new. Connally's not a team that comes out and throws the ball a lot, even when they had great athletes playing quarterback like a Jelani McDonald and different guys. They weren't a team that threw the ball a lot. Seeing them come out throwing the ball, not scared to throw it. C.J. Evans had over 100 yards and a touchdown last week for them. Jamarian Vincent has over 400 yards on the season, or has over 150 yards on the season and a couple of touchdowns. And then their do-it-all back, Braden Ford, who's got 238 yards and 2 touchdowns on the season. Rushed for 1,000 yards last year. Looks like he's already off to eclipse that 1,000 mark again this year once again. Fellas, what do we think about the Connally Cadets and then their matchup versus Grandview right now?
Well, I'm going to use an old Tusa-ism.
Mm-hmm. You got a lot of them.
No, Coach Tusa used to say this. He says, we never had a problem throwing the ball. It was always catching. Yeah. You know what I mean? And but that's the whole deal. Like throwing the football is never a problem. It's do you have guys that can go up and get it? And that's the deal. You got to have guys that can go up and reliably catch the ball, as well as have a guy who can deliver it. But you don't want to just throw it just to be throwing it. You want to throw it to gain yards and make big plays.
Yeah. I mean, I say it every week, man. It's a lot of things that can go wrong with throwing the ball.
Yeah.
You know, interception, not being accurate with the ball, fumbles. It's so many things that go wrong with the ball. But if you have those athletes and you have those playmakers on the outside, why not throw it? You know, give them a chance to go up and get it. But, you know, it's a great test for Connally this weekend. They playing a team that's undefeated, undefeated just like they are. And Grandview has been one of those teams that's been playing in November for the last few years. So it's a great test for them. And I'm interested to see what's going to happen in this ball game.
Yeah, we'll get some score updates from that Connally game as they're taking on right now. They haven't put out any updates on their score. Want to travel a little bit down I-35 South. The Lorena Leopards taking on Franklin in a game that will usually be featuring both of these teams being ranked. But right now, Lorena 1-1 after they got a huge win versus the state runner-up last year in 3A Division I in Malakoff. Lorena gets a big win over those guys. Now they're taking on Franklin, who's been in 4 straight championship games, looking to get back into the win column. They've only played 1 game. They didn't play a game last week. Had an early bye, I guess you could say. I think they weren't able to get somebody on the schedule for that week. They lost to China Spring in week 1. They're looking to rebound. We know they have championship aspirations week in and week out. But this Lorena offense has been on fire so far to start the season. Their running back, Brody DeLeon, over 40 carries, 350 yards, and 4 touchdowns in just these 2 games. Their receiver, Carson Miller, he's got 300 yards and 4 touchdowns on the season. But their quarterback is where they've been getting the majority of their production from. Jackson Blansett he has 784 yards, 6 touchdowns, also rushed for 140 yards and a touchdown so far this season. This Lorena offense has been on fire. That win last week against Malakoff was huge for them to come back. Fellas, what do y'all think about this Lorena team and taking on Franklin? Like I said, who's got championship aspirations.
Well, hey, Franklin is a 2 chin-strap team.
Yeah.
What I mean by that is you're going to have to snap the upper one and the lower one on this game because you know what they are. They line up and they run the football. They're going to test your mettle, just like Houston is doing with Colorado right now. And so, but yeah, they're going to test your mettle. And so we'll find out what Lorena is really all about in this game because Franklin's going to test their defense, and they're going to test them with physicality.
Yeah, no doubt. Lorena's tough too, you know, and they playing a tough district, and they've been pretty good over the years. So if you playing in Lorena, that's going to be a good ball game. China Springs already beat Franklin, so Lorena feel like they're on that same level as China Springs. So maybe have an upset brewing. and Lorena tonight, because Lorena's going to go out and play hard. That's one thing they're going to play hard.
Absolutely. And their offense is going to be hard to stop. They under the leadership of Kevin Johnson, who got named the head coach a couple of years ago. They've had a top-tier offense. I expect them to be able to do the exact same thing this year. Their star players get the ball, and their star players know exactly what to do with the ball. Brody DeLeon, Carson Miller, these guys are tremendous playmakers. So I'm excited to see how this game plays out. Franklin and Arena, they're in the first quarter right now, still tied at 7 apiece. Another team, not down 35, but not too far off of 35, the Robinson Rockets, they're going up 35 north. The Fort Worth Warriors, they're taking on Alvarado, who's ranked number 9 in the state. And for these guys can play. Alvarado is another one of those teams. You just talked about Grandview, which is not too far from Alvarado. Alvarado's the same way. Each and every year, you can expect these guys to be a good team. You can expect them to be competitive, and you can expect them to be playing in November. And Robinson, they've been like that the last few years. Their offense has been on fire. I've talked about two of my favorite players to watch at Central Texas so far this year. Bryce McCurdy, a kid that keeps getting, every time I get on Twitter, I see another school offering him, another Power 4 school is offering this kid. And then you got to do it all back in Evan Marino as well, who's rushed for over 440 yards so far this year, 3 touchdowns on the year. I expect Robinson to come out with the victory in this game, but they definitely have their hands full, especially getting on the road to go all the way up to Alvarado to play a team that's ranked number 9. Alvarado's 1-0. They've only played 1 game so far, but they're going to be looking to defend their home field, taking on the Robinson Rockets. Wayne, we talked about this Robinson team on Monday when you were on here. What do you think about their matchup against Alvarado?
Man, I don't think anybody can beat Robinson if they give it to Moreno and McCurdy. Yeah. If they keep it in those two guys' hands, and they control the line of scrimmage like they want to do and run the ball, I give them advantage over anybody. Yeah, pretty much. So if they doing that, and you got a 2,000-yard rusher coming back, and he was a 1,000-yard rusher before that. you gotta get into him, and then you add a dynamic quarterback to that mix. You know what the formula is for you to win. You got to keep the ball in their hands and play tough defense. So I'm thinking Robinson will probably come out with an upset this weekend.
And guys, is Robinson back in District 12 as well?
Yeah, they're also in District 12.
So it's reunited.
Yeah, it's the old District 12.
It's the old District 12. So the 3rd and 4th place team in this district is going to be a tough out for anybody.
Yeah, exactly. We talked. Me and Jalen talked about this last week, man. That's probably the toughest district in the whole state in that division.
In 4A Division 2.
Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, you got Robinson, you got China Spring, and you got La Vega, and you got Connally. You got 4 teams. Then you think about Gatesville.
Gatesville is good again.
Man.
And who's the other one?
Gatesville is in there as well. Robinson, I know we named them.
I know Lorena's not in there.
Lorena's 3A.
They dropped.
I'm gonna look up their district real quick. But yeah, it's a loaded district.
But you just take those 5 teams alone.
Mm-hmm.
You leaving somebody out that could play and win a district in another state division in that division.
Yeah. I mean, it's tough each and every time these guys step out there. That's what's gonna make district play so fun. When these guys, it is Lorena. You were right. Lorena moved up this year from 3A Division 1.
So you talking about the whole?
So yeah, that is loaded. It's super loaded now. Yeah,
and that's why I say Lorena playing Franklin. That's a measuring stick because China Springs already beat Franklin.
Yep.
And as we speak that game, Franklin just went up 13-7.
Yeah, again,
that's gonna be a dogfight.
Oh yeah.
Believe me.
Yeah, and then just as you guys mentioned, Robinson traveling up to Alvarado, they're down 21-7 early.
Robinson?
Yeah.
See, and that's one good thing about that is now you can't hand that ball off. Now you're playing from behind, and the guys that's had the most success on your team, now you have to pass the ball a little bit. Now you have to have a little bit of balance to your attack because evidently they're stopping those 2 guys that's running the ball. So.
Yeah, and another score update, your Waco High Lions, man, they still putting points up on the board, up 20-9.
We got that belt out over in Cleburne. We got that belt out. They gonna make me drive the babes tonight. You hear me?
Hey, I heard we talked a little bit about it yesterday.
No, that's in Burleson, I think.
It's a fight going on this weekend. Terrence Crawford and Canelo, and you said bring the belts out. I heard Terrence Crawford in his speech earlier today saying,
That's a horrible play.
He said, I'm bringing the belt out with me today or tomorrow to fight, but it's going to be, I'm bringing the buckle with me. So that's going to be a fun one tomorrow. But
personal foul.
These games are starting to, some of these games starting to kick up. I'll give you guys some more score updates that have changed. University up 14-7 right now against China Spring in that second quarter. They're getting near halftime. Just talking about Waco High up 20-9 on Cleburne. La Vega about to go into halftime, still up 23-0 against West Orange Stark. The Cadets, Connally out there playing in Grandview. They're up 13-6. That's going to be a really good finish over there as well. Gatesville up 7-0 on Mahia in the first quarter. Gatesville, another really good team we haven't got a chance to talk about yet. Franklin up 13-7 on Lorena. Robinson down 21-7 against Alvarado. Whitney up 24-16 against Hillsboro, and what should be a really good finish as well. McGregor and West looking like a shootout early. West up 21-14 halfway through that second quarter. Grosbeck with a 14-0 lead over Centerville. Let's see, Maypearl up 13-0 on Cameron Yo. Rogers and Troy battling out right now, 10-7 game. Rogers with the lead. Clifton and Italy. Clifton's got a 14-7 lead in that game as well. Bosqueville up 21-0 at halftime, taking on Meridian. And Chilton and Marlin, which is going to be a really fun game. Chilton up 6-0 against Marlin right now. So a lot of good games going on around this Central Texas area. Also, Martin Riesel in a battle. Mark up 7-6. Can't leave those guys out as well. Lots of good games happening right now, folks, and some close scores. We got some games that aren't so close. We see La Vega already starting to pull away from these guys. We'll see what this Robinson team does. That's a really interesting one to me, as you just said, Wayne. They took away really their main threat. Now you can't run the ball as much. Maybe we'll feature Moreno in the passing game some and see him come out of the backfield catching the ball. But now the guy that I said has been garnering a lot of attention, Bryce McCurdy, we're going to see what he's made of. This is where we see what you can do. You're on the road. You're in a tough environment. Alvarado was one of those towns that we talked about earlier where everything shuts down, Wayne. I don't think even the Waffle House that they have out there might not be open right now with what they have going on. So it should be a fun finish out there with those guys, but I expect Robinson to be able to come back in this game against Alvarado to at least make it a little bit closer. But right now, Alvarado getting out ahead of these guys, up 21-7. Whitney and Hillsboro. Whitney is another one of these teams I like to keep in contact with and check in on these guys to see what they've been doing. Whitney, they lost a shootout last week against Fort Worth Benbrook, 52-48. But we know this Whitney team's got a lot of athletes. Kobe Haynes, a guy that's getting offers from multiple powerful schools. He's got 300 yards on the season. Their quarterback, Jonte Johnson, 259 yards and 4 touchdowns. And then their quarterback, Fisher Watson, has almost thrown for 600 yards and 6 touchdowns as well. They got an explosive offense, punching up a classification, taking on Hillsboro right now. So we'll see how they finish. We'll see how those guys finish. I'll get a headset in here for you to get them on.
This is Reggie Lewis from the Vega.
Okay.
We're going hey, hold on, Reggie. We're going to get you hooked up here in a second. We'll tell you when to come on.
Okay. So we'll get some live updates here in just a second. Looks like they're going into halftime of the Colorado game in U of H. Wayne, you see anything that's going to make you change your pick so far? It looks like U of H up 16-7.
My pick is correct right now, so I'm not changing anything about it. Even though Colorado has made a legitimate comeback and has started to run the ball and has got some momentum going right now.
Yeah, just as they had momentum, they started making some stupid defensive plays. They kind of extended the drive where they probably could have forced them to punt.
Yeah, no doubt.
But again, I think I just think at the end of the day, Colorado's going to have to get settled in. I think they've, up to this point, they've taken Houston's best shot. And we're going to see what they can do.
Well, everybody's going to everybody's going to get Colorado their best shot because it's always going to be a team that's viewed on television. You got Prime. It's kind of like a circus coming into town. And so you're going to get everybody's best shot. Colorado's going to get everybody's best shot when they play them. So they may as well get ready. So you have to step up to the challenge, and that's what they have to do when you play Colorado. But make make no bones about it, man. You know, it's a game, and everything is decided between the lines. So let's see what Colorado has, Miller.
Yeah. I'm looking forward to it. Like I say, I didn't expect this to be an easy game for them, but I think this drive right before half is going to give us some indication of what the second half is going to look like. If they can come away with points here, down by 9, this will be a great pick-me-up as they're going into halftime. If they get stifled here in their 2-minute offense, it's going to be an uphill climb in the second half.
Yeah, no doubt about it.
I still want to see Caden Salter. I think this actually is a better matchup for Caden Salter, even though Schaub has manufactured 7 points, but that was largely due to the running game.
Okay.
You know, but yeah, we got Reggie Lewis coming in here. He's gonna give us an update on the La Vega game. Tell us what's been going on.
Yeah, I'm gonna hit a couple of these score updates, and then we're gonna get Reggie here on the phone with us. Looks like still 14-7 game as it's getting near halftime with University and China Spring. Waco High still holding on to their 20-9 lead versus Cleburne. La Vega going into the locker room got a 23-0 lead on West Orange Stark. That game looks like La Vega's gonna have a great chance of pulling that one out. West scores again 28-14 as they're taking on McGregor. Franklin and Lorena still at the same score, 13-7 right now. Franklin with the lead. That's a double chin strap game, as Rocky just said. That's a game that you're playing against that wing T. It's always going to be frustrating, especially when those guys get up in the game. I'll give you an update on some of our 6-man scores. Vanguard and the Methodist Home. Vanguard up 36-0 in that game right now. Jonesboro and Gilmer Union Hall. See, some of these get to looking like basketball scores. 83-34 win for Jonesboro over Gilmer Hall. Bryan St. Joseph taking on Coolidge, 14-8 lead for Coolidge in that game. Covington and Bluffdale, a 68-20 win for Bluffdale in that game. Aquila is always a really good team here locally, up 32-0 on Oakwood. Abbott and Blum, Abbott, another team here locally that's always really good in the 6-man football range, up 24-8, taking on Blum as well. A couple of our lower levels here. Leon up 26-0 on Wortham. Dawson and Rosebud Lott right now in a battle, 7-6, as Rosebud Lott has a 1-point lead on those guys. De Leon and Valley Mills. De Leon's got a 21-14 lead over Valley Mills. Santo and Bruceville Eddy. Santo right now up big versus Bruceville Eddy, 26-6. Hamilton and Crawford, another undefeated matchup. Between two teams that are undefeated. 7-6 lead for Crawford in that game. Clifton and Italy right now. Clifton with the 14-7 lead over. Clifton with a 14-7 lead over Italy. Rogers and Troy. Rogers got a 17-7 lead. Maypearl right now in a battle against Cameron Yo. The Yeoman down 13-0 in that game. So those are some of the scores going on from around this Central Texas area. Let's see if we can get our caller in right here. Rocky, I'll go ahead and let you tee it up and tell us who we got here on the phone with us.
Hey, we have on the line, we have Reggie Lewis calling in from Nacogdoches live. Reggie, how's the game going? We know La Vega's up 23-0, but just give us a synopsis of how the game is. The first half has went so far.
Oh man, it's actually 30-14. These last two drives, West Orange Star kind of figured out how to run the ball against us. So they scored 2 touchdowns. But prior to that, La Vega kind of been owning the game through the passing game.
So La Vega's been moving the ball, passing the ball. Can you tell us some of the standout players that have been making an impact on the game?
I mean, of course, Jabari Thornton, who asked me, just took a hard hit, and he's on the sideline right now. Marcus, Willis, number 2, caught about maybe a 60-yard pass for a touchdown. He's really been spreading it out, though. It's been multiple receivers.
Yeah. We were able to cover La Vega last year when they made their long run in the playoffs. They had a young receiving core, and it looks like they're showing up again this season so far. Has there been any action in the running game worth mentioning?
Honestly, man, they kind of just been hitting them with the pass, and they've been attacking. It looked like West Orange Star kind of put together a defense to stop the run game, but they forgot about the pass game.
And who are some of the guys on defense? You said they were holding them pretty tough on defense for a while there, and they've scored 14 points. But who were some of the guys on defense that was keying up that shutout that they had going on early?
Really just Jace Wiley. What's 25? Edison King. They're kind of holding those edges down. And Caden Rowland. Those are some of the standouts so far.
Okay. We got Caden Rowland last year had a great. He was great on defense last year. Of course, Jace, your son, he's doing a great job as well. And the number 25 is a newcomer.
Freshman,
yeah.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Freshman. Vega High School Pirate.
Yeah, he's a freshman, so it's good to see that everybody's going to. Hey, Reggie, I want to thank you for calling in. I appreciate you, brother, for giving us an update. Hey, if it's anything worth mentioning, give us a call and let us know.
Oh, definitely.
All right, man. Appreciate it.
All right.
Yeah, so it looks like La Vega, a little bit of a switching style, I guess you'll say, kind of passing the ball through the air. Jabari Thornton, we obviously will know will be a part of that. The young quarterback in KJ Parr, obviously a big part of that. But I was encouraged to hear, shouting out the freshman, Edison King, a guy that I was excited to see. What is he going to look like when you start getting D1 Power 4 offers before you play your first game in high school? I'm thinking, okay, this guy got to be a guy. If they're already looking at him, Wayne's alma mater, Texas Tech has already gave him an offer after he went up there and wrecked shop at one of their camps this past summer. But it looks like West Orange Stark, as he said, starting to try to make a comeback in that game. He said it was 14-30 of the score update that he gave us. What do you guys think La Vega going to do to try to close this game out? Because West Orange Stark not seem to go away.
Well, like from Reggie's report, looks like they geared up to stop the run, and they just get into the pass game. Now this is what happens a lot of times, Walker and Jalen. You go with the passing game, you get up a big lead, and then for some reason you get conservative and want to run it against a front that you hadn't been able to run it against all game, right? And you end up going 3 and out and stuff like that, and you end up letting them back in the game. So I'm sure as a receiver, you want to. You have to keep your foot on the gas.
You got to keep your foot on the gas. I mean, and you got to take what they give you. I'm not trying to force anything, but if they're going to give me the pass and they're going to give me one-on-one coverage out there, we're going to beat them all day. Yeah. Let's just throw the ball up and let's just play catch. So, like you said, once you have a tendency, once you get up in a game, now you want to get lackadaisical. Now you want to take the air out the ball. Don't take the air out. Keep your foot on their neck.
Yeah.
Keep your foot on their neck. Don't allow them to get back in the game. And then you start to make them one-dimensional because the only way they can catch up if they throw the ball.
Yeah.
And now we can pull their ears back and we can rush the pass and do what we do. That's our strong point is strong defense. So now we don't allow them to get back in the game.
Is that something you come to the sideline and say, because I'm sure you've been in the situation that Jabari Thornton is in, because I watched it with my own eyes last year. None of those guys on West Orange Star can fool with Jabari Thornton. Are you saying, hey, let's bring the ball this way. Let's stop being conservative. Yeah. Let's come this way with the football because that guy don't got a chance against me. Well, I know that's in the game plan, but I'm who I am.
When you're a kid,
yeah, it's tough.
It's hard to be selfish and say and go against your coaches and say, now, if you're a good coach, you'll come and you'll go to your ballers and you'll say, hey, what do you see? What can you do out there? What can you do out there? Can you get open? And then you as a player, you say, hey, man, man, this kid can't cover me. Just keep throwing me the ball.
So that's one of the things that I do see from good teams and good programs. They're willing to exploit the mismatch until you make a change.
Yeah.
Again, I see it so many times out there in especially in lower division football. You have a guy out there playing corner that doesn't have a chance in covering the guy wide receiver, and they just won't feed him the ball. They just won't throw it to him over and over and over and over again. The thing about that is, if you throw it to the same guy over and over again, of course you're going to exploit that matchup, but eventually they're going to have to change something.
No, change something. And even if you double cover it, start double covering me, advantage us.
Yes.
Because you done took a whole
Now it's
extra
9 on
defender.
12, 9 on 10.
Yeah. So as a high school player, though, it's hard to go over there, but you have to be, as a coach or
Aware
a
of that.
receiver coach, you have to be aware, and you have to go and you have to talk to your ballers.
Yeah.
I'm going to talk to my ballers. When you get on the collegiate level, now you kind of have a little bit more authority. Man, throw me the damn ball.
Yeah.
I don't want to hear all that. Man, come, give me the ball. I want the ball.
So
and in pro football, it's even more exposed. So now you really have a voice.
Yeah.
You know, I heard Nick Saban say this when he was talking to Kirk Herbstreit on game day one time, and he said this game is complex, and offensive coordinators fall in love with their systems. He says, but I always used to tell my guys, in critical situations, think about players, not plays. You know what I mean? Yeah. Think about players. I know you got something you drew up that's gonna be wide open.
Yeah.
But we need to get the ball to Amari Cooper.
Especially when you see a mix match, man.
Yeah.
You know, when you see you got to exploit. You have to exploit some people. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Especially weaknesses, and and advantages. That's what I want to do.
You know, back in the day, guys used to make 100 phone calls and send 1,000 letters and all that kind of stuff. Recruit. You don't send all those. You don't make all those phone calls and send all those letters so this guy can sit over here and just look good in uniform.
Exactly.
You want him to make plays and score. Nowadays they're paying guys, and you don't want to pay a guy a whole bunch of money, and then you're not going to use
just to say you have it. Just to say we won this recruiting battle.
Yeah.
Well, that ain't the battle you're trying to win. The
No.
battle you're trying to win is
Trying to
on
win
the field,
a game,
in
yeah.
between the white lines. So you have to exploit mixed match. I mean matchups, and if you got a matchup that's favored to your advantage, you have to take that.
And speaking of matchups, looked like as Colorado and Houston go to halftime, looked like Colorado scrapped their way back in this football game. Yep. And they're down by 2. They're down by 2. And it seems like this quarterback has figured out a way to move the football, and it hadn't been through the air.
It's been with his legs.
No.
It's been with his
And
legs.
he's not the scrambler.
No.
But he looked like he's getting into the flow of the rhythm of the game, though.
Yeah.
And that's so important.
And shout out to Coach Prime for giving him that up. You know, guys are so short tempered with guys out there. When he struggled through the entire first quarter, Coach Prime could have pulled him and said, hey, put one of these other guys in, but he kept him in. And he said, let's let this guy get a rhythm.
But me and Rocky were sitting there talking, and we was like, hey, it's the second quarter. It's been getting in the second quarter. If he can't get it together, let's let him play this series. And if he can't get it together, then it's time to make a change. Well, he got it together. He went down there. He sustained the drive, and they scored.
Well, they had a holding penalty on the Colorado wide receiver. And then after that, what you end up having is Colorado, somehow they figured out, quit trying to run the ball wide and just run it straight at them. And then they started moving the football. You know, again, it's been said so many times, but the best support for a quarterback is a good running game. Yeah. And that's what that's what Staub is benefiting from now. Just a really good running game. I don't think he's raised no hell passing the ball, but they've been able to run ball.
He rushed for 30 yards.
About 50 yards been from
him. But Draylon Miller had 29 yards.
Let's see, because he got the first catch. I thought you was going to hit right then and there. Draylon Miller, 19 yards. You're looking in good shape, my boy. for that parlay in there.
No, he doesn't have
19
29 yet.
No, he got 19.
That's right. His number is 6.
Yeah, number 6. Yeah. Oh yeah, you thinking about the other dude that called Amari Miller? That's number 4. Yeah. You thought you'd already hit. You thought I had one in the bag. Yeah, you might have picked the wrong Miller out there. Folks, we're at just about halftime for majority of our games, so we're getting ready to go into a quick break. When we come back, you just heard us talk about Colorado University of Houston. Let's talk about a couple more of these college games and get you ready for your Saturday morning right here on Friday Night Flex. So stay tuned and stay locked in with us right here on Friday Night Flex. We're going to be right back after this short break.
My name is Roy Gillis, CEO of Lighthouse Streaming, and you're watching Centex Sports Network.
You got 8 seconds to prove you're worth the price of admission. And you got Baylor Scott and White Health along for the ride. So square up. You got this.
RJ's Bargain Center is your home team for appliances at unbeatable prices. From refrigerators to washers, dryers to stoves, you'll find brand new appliances with huge discounts. And just like your favorite local teams, RJ's is proud to support our community and local sports. Score your savings today at RJ's Bargain Center, 711 Lynn Street, Waco. Call 254-224-6178. RJ's Bargain Center, where big savings are always a home run.
I've looked back at MCC with all these kids coming out here, these men and women starting their lives out here, starting their dreams and their visions of what they want to do for their family. It's the foundation for our community.
The plan is to go win.
Yes, sir.
Our girls set a goal that they wanted to win a national championship. They wanted to win a conference championship. That's been on the table from day one. And now we put ourselves in a position to do that.
Pitch hit in the air and deep to left field. Going back is Rayvon Morgan at the wall. He leaps and he makes the catch for the third out.
Too much to give in. If you think it's over, then let's start it again. The planet's alive, the stars burn bright, the sun goes down, we keep going all night. Going back down, the moment is now. Don't miss out, we're never turning around. The light is young.
Going back to hit to it. It'll go all the way to the wall. One run is scored. Now the third coming home to score is Aiden Cooney.
Catch me if you can. We're renegades.
It's this one here. In right field. It is treetop call and over the wall.
We're renegades. We're renegades. We're renegades. Listen up, listen up.
Hits the first pitch down the right field side. That's going to be it. Touching third and coming home is the winning run, Carson Croca. Give a RBI double to Blake Hansen. Walk it off and win by a score of 10-9.
We're renegades. Yeah. Yeah. Rappers really don't want beef with me. Trust me, I can beat you easily. Suckers get DDT'd. I've been swinging for the fences since I was in Little League. I make they nut like a guillotine. Ooh, Langston Hughes with the verses. Hook something like a ream, no. Baby girl, I ain't got time to chase you. I've been chasing dreams, whoa. I'm going crazy like I'm daylight, yeah. I'm a crossover gang, AI, yeah. We be skipping over all of your verses just like the CD wouldn't play right, yeah. I already know if the beat is bananas, it's only right that I go wape on it, yeah. Going crazy like I'm daylight, yeah. I'm a crossover gang, AI, yeah. We be skipping over all of your verses just like the CD wouldn't, ay, yeah. Going crazy like I'm daylight, yeah. I'm a crossover gang, AI, yeah. We be skipping over all of your verses just like the CD wouldn't play right, yeah. Going crazy like I'm daylight, yeah. I'm a crossover gang, AI, yeah.
This is why you need Centex Primetime. Jalen Gillis brings the realness. Dive into the heart of sports with the most passionate commentary around. From pro to high school, Jalen's got the insight and energy you crave. Catch all the action weekdays from 5 to 7 p.m. on the Centex Sports Network, only on YouTube. Join the conversation and elevate your sports knowledge with Centex Primetime. Don't miss it.
Need video or audio solutions? Lighthouse Streaming, a full-scale media agency, can transform any event. Check this out. We're talking live streaming that's crisp and clear, event audio that hits every note, and church video and audio solutions that'll enhance worship. Corporate events, we got those on lock too. From concerts to conferences, Lighthouse Streaming and audio makes your vision shine. Book your appointment now at lighthousestreaming.com or call 254-252-4206 for a free consultation. Let's elevate your event and light up the stage.
What's up, everybody? My name is Jalen Gillis. You may know me from Centex Sports Network. We're starting a new platform, Recruit 254. Our mission is to highlight the amazing student athletes of 254. So if you're in the Waco, Killeen, Temple, Mart, Marlin, or any surrounding 254 areas, follow this platform and join the movement. Recruit 254. 254, let's run it up.
Hello, my name is Roy Gillis, CEO of Lighthouse Streaming, and you're watching Centex Sports Network.
You got 8 seconds to prove you're worth the price of admission. And you got Baylor Scott and White Health along for the ride. So square up. You got this.
RJ's Bargain Center is your home team for appliances at unbeatable prices. From refrigerators to washers, dryers to stoves, you'll find brand new appliances with huge discounts. And just like your favorite local teams, RJ's is proud to support our community and local sports. Score your savings today at RJ's Bargain Center, 711 Lynn Street, Waco. Call 254-224-6178. RJ's Bargain Center, where big savings are always a home run.
I've looked back at MCC with all these kids coming out here, these men and women starting their lives out here, starting their dreams and their visions of what they want to do for their family. It's the foundation for our community.
The plan is to go win.
Yes, sir.
Our girls set a goal that they wanted to win a national championship. They wanted to win a conference championship. That's been on the table from day one. And now we put ourselves in a position to do that.
Pitch hit in the air and deep to left field. Going back is Rayvon Morgan at the wall. He leaps and he makes the catch for the third out.
Too much to give in. If you think it's over, then let's start it again. The planet's alive, the stars burn bright, the sun goes down, we keep going all night. Going back down, the moment is now. Don't miss out, we're never turning around. That is your
Going back and into it, it'll go all the way to the wall. One run is scored. Rounding third, coming home to scores Aiden Cooney.
Catch me if you can. We're renegades.
Hits this one in the air, deep right field. It is treetop call and over the wall.
We're renegades. We're renegades. We're renegades. Listen up, listen up.
Hits the first pitch down the right field side. That's going to be it. Touching third and coming home is the winning run, Carson Vega. Give a RBI double to Blake Hansen. And the Highlanders walk it off and win by a score of 10-9.
We're renegades. Yeah. Yeah. Rappers really don't want beef with me. Trust me, I can beat you easily. Suckers get DDT'd. I've been swinging for the fences since I was in Little League. I'm at their neck like a guillotine. Woo, Langston Hughes with the verses. Hook something like a Reno. Baby girl, I ain't got time to chase you. I've been chasing dreams. Whoa, I'm going crazy like I'm daylight. Yeah, I'm a crossover gang. AI. Yeah, we be skipping over all of your verses just like the CD with a playwright. Yeah, I already know if the beat is bananas, it's only right that I go ape on it. Yeah, going crazy like I'm daylight. Yeah, I'm a crossover gang. AI. Yeah, we be skipping over all of your verses just like the CD with an A. Yeah, going crazy like I'm daylight. Yeah, I'm a crossover gang. AI. Yeah, we be skipping over all of your verses just like the CD with a playwright. Yeah, going crazy like I'm daylight. Yeah, I'm a crossover gang. AI. Yeah.
This is why you need Centex Primetime. Jalen Gillis brings the realness. Dive into the heart of sports with the most passionate commentary around. From pro to high school, Jalen's got the insight and energy you crave. Catch all the action weekdays from 5 to 7 p.m. on the Centex Sports Network, only on YouTube. Join the conversation and elevate your sports knowledge with Centex Primetime. Don't miss it.
Need video or audio solutions? Lighthouse Streaming, a full-scale media agency, can transform any event. Check this out. We're talking live streaming that's crisp and clear, event audio that hits every note, and church video and audio solutions that'll enhance worship. Corporate events, we got those on lock too. From concerts to conferences, Lighthouse Streaming and Audio makes your vision shine. Book your appointment now at lighthousestreaming.com or call 254-252-4206 for a free consultation. Let's elevate your event and light up the stage.
What's up, everybody? My name is Jalen Gillis. You may know me from Centex Sports Network. We're starting a new platform, Recruit 254. Our mission is to highlight the amazing student athletes of 254. So if you're in the Waco, Killeen, Temple, Mart, Marlin, or any surrounding 254 areas, follow this platform and join the movement. Recruit 254. 254, let's run it up.
Hello, my name is Roy Gillis, CEO of Lighthouse Streaming, and you're watching Centex Sports Network.
You got 8 seconds to prove you're worth the price of admission. And you got Baylor Scott and White Health along for the ride. So square up. You got this.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome back into Friday Night Flex. Jalen Gillis still here with Wayne Walker and Rocky Miller as we are going through these games here on Friday Night Lights here in the Waco, Texas area. Some really great games going on. Let me give you guys some score updates. This is the hour where most teams are at halftime. So we're going to give you guys some score updates, and then we're going to give you a little bit of analysis on some college football for tomorrow, because I know y'all are ready like me to be able to wake up in the morning and watch some college football. University up 21-7 at halftime against China Spring. Waco High up 20-9 against Cleburne at half. At half with La Vega, 30-14 lead for them. Going into the half, Connally and Grandview in a battle, 13-12 lead for the Cadets. Right before halftime, Franklin's got a 28-14 lead over Lorena. Robinson starting to come back here in the second quarter against Alvarado, 14-21. Alvarado still got a lead in that game. Weston McGregor at half, 28-14. West with the lead. So a lot of great games going on around this Central Texas area, folks. We're going to keep you guys updated. But while we have a little bit of break here in the action from some of the high school games, I want to go over and talk about some of our college games for tomorrow. We've been giving you guys updates on this Colorado and Houston game right now. Houston up 16-14 against the Cougs at halftime. But let's look forward to a couple of these big games we have tomorrow. We'll start with the game at 2:30 that everybody's ready to watch. Georgia versus Tennessee. Wayne, yesterday me and Rock got a chance to talk about this, but I wanted to get your opinion on what you think about Georgia versus Tennessee. They're playing at Tennessee. Georgia's a 3.5-point favorite. Last week, Georgia struggled against a team they were probably supposed to beat by 100 in Austin Peay. They won that game 28-6. Tennessee off to a hot start after they swapped quarterbacks with UCLA. Nico Imalava gone to UCLA, left Tennessee, and now Joey Aguilar left UCLA over at Tennessee, off to a hot start so far. How do you see this one going out tomorrow in Knoxville, Wayne?
Man, hey, man, this is my upset. This is my upset of the week.
Mm-hmm.
I think Tennessee is going to beat Georgia. I don't think Georgia has enough playmakers, and they want to run the ball, but they don't have a quarterback that can get into their skill positions, and I don't think they have enough pass catchers to get it done. I'm taking Tennessee. I'm thinking Tennessee can go out and score, and I'm thinking Georgia won't be able to match that. So that's my upset alert this week. I'm picking Tennessee on that one.
Yeah, I think Rocky had pretty much the same thing to say yesterday. We were previewing this game, and Georgia, their quarterback play hasn't been great. They haven't been able to run the ball like they're used to seeing Georgia run the ball. And I don't know if they have the guys to run the ball.
Jalen, you know what that goes to show me? Rocky's been listening.
Yeah, that's all it is.
He's been listening to me, man. He's been around me too long. And, you know, but he's right. He's right, man. I just don't think Georgia has enough. I'm taking Tennessee in this one, man.
It's a tough place to play in Knoxville. They're
at home.
Yeah, they're at home.
And they're at home, and it's a big game. I'm picking Tennessee.
They're going to start singing Rocky Top and all that out there. They're going to bring Dolly Parton out with all this crazy stuff they always do at Tennessee. It's going to be a fun game to watch, though, with those guys. Georgia's still favored in this game, 3.5, but as Wayne just told you, you might want to look the other way when it comes to that game with Tennessee, who's been off to a really hot start so far to start this season. A game that is ranked that no one thought was going to be a ranked matchup before the season started, USF and Miami. USF is off to a hot start. As they took out Florida last week, nobody thought they were going to be able to take out Florida. Most people had them losing to Boise State week 1.
They were supposed to.
Yeah,
they were like a 14-point underdog.
Yeah, and they blew Boise State out the water after that.
And Wayne, I was giving Jalen the old lecture on reputation versus resume, right?
Okay. Yeah.
And whatever you say about UCF at this point, their reputation may not mean that they'll be in this game against Miami, but their resume says this should be a competitive game.
Yeah.
Based on the two teams they've taken out.
I agree with you. I agree with you. I mean, they've overachieved.
Yeah.
To this point. Okay, so you know they've been talking about these guys got a chance to get into the college football playoffs and all that, but they playing Miami this week. I think that's another level. And this time they won't be underestimated. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes when you play teams of that caliber, you kind of underestimate them because
you're not sneaking up on them.
Yeah, you looking forward to the next week. But now Miami got something to gain with this victory.
Yep.
You know, they're already a top 5 team in the country, right? But if you go out and beat a team that's 2-0 that beat a ranked Boise State that was 25 in the country when they started, then you go out last weekend and then you beat Florida, right?
Yep, that was ranked.
That was ranked. That was ranked 13. Now that resume looks good for Miami, and I think Miami defense is on a whole different level.
Man.
They got a national champion and at quarterback that's a great leader. I think they go out and get it done. I think what USF has done so far has been great, but I think it ends tomorrow.
Yeah, I'm the same as you. I don't expect them to win this game at all. It's a 17.5 point margin right now in the spreads going towards Miami's way. Usually I stay away from games that big, but I'm like you, Wayne. They're not sneaking up on this Miami team. And I actually think Miami is way better than Florida. I think we overvalued Florida, and I actually think we undervalued how good this Miami's got a chance to compete for a national championship this year. That's how good I think this team is. I think they're complete. Both sides of the ball. They have a top 5 offensive line, and they have a top 5 defensive line. When you have that, that's a formula for winning games. A lot of games. They got an edge rusher in Bain that's going to be a top 5 pick in the draft next year. Like, these guys are loaded on both sides of the ball.
Yeah, that defense, if you just take a look at that defense, it's a defense that played last night that's kind of similar to that, man. And that was Green Bay Packers.
Man.
But when you have 11 guys that's getting to the ball and it look like 15, you know they play defense.
Well, the only thing that I'll say about Miami is this. Miami lost their top 7 wide receivers last year.
Yeah.
They have a quarterback that does have some type of pedigree as a passer, but let's be honest. He was a tractor. He was a trailer at Georgia. He wasn't a tractor.
Yeah.
What I mean was he was riding, not pulling.
Yeah.
And so, and so, if now don't get me wrong, if Carson Beck can end up being a tractor and can pull, then you guys might be right. I see this being a very tight game, guys, because at the end of the day, I don't believe Miami will be able to put up the number of points that it will take to blow out a team like UCF. So I look at this being a 20-10, 20-13 game.
I think mine will be a little bit larger of a spread than that because
I'm definitely taking USF
on the 17.5.
Absolutely.
I think it's a game that's going to start close, but I think it's going to pull off towards the end.
And just like I told Jalen last week, when you play teams like that, and you Florida State and you University of Florida, these are guys you already played with during high school or played against in high school, and these guys got bigger scholarships, like they're big time recruits, and you didn't get that chance that they got. So now you want to go out and you want to prove yourself. These are guys. That's just like when Baylor plays Sam Houston or Texas State, you know, or Texas Tech play. Man, you're going to get their A game. These guys have something to prove, so you're going to have guys that's going out and trying to get it done. It's going to be a tough game. Don't get me wrong. I'm saying Miami's going to win.
I can understand why you.
I don't think it's going to be about 17 points because these guys going to play. These guys going to come out and play. And like you said, he's a tractor, not a what?
He's a trailer, not a tractor.
He's a trailer, not a tractor. Yeah. Well, he has to be a tractor for them.
Yeah.
He has to be a tractor for them.
And that's what I'm saying. I'm not saying he can't be.
And he was the first couple of weeks because
especially against Notre Dame.
Yeah, against Notre Dame he was.
He eventually, found his rhythm and was able to get him on track. And again, I want to see it in this game. I want to see it against. Again, I agree with you guys. Miami should win this game
for sure.
But I think UCF has the ability to make this less than a 17-point game.
Yeah.
Because they have a pretty stout defense as well.
They do.
And,
they ball.
They got the best quarterback in the matchup too. Byron Brown is a dude.
Yeah. He is. He's that guy. So again, I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah.
I
take Miami.
For sure. We all gonna go Miami.
I wouldn't say by 17.5, but I'd take Miami.
Another game that could be really interesting tomorrow that probably didn't open the season as being super interesting, but Clemson and Georgia Tech. Georgia Tech's undefeated. They beaten Colorado. They're feeling themselves. They're going into this game 2-0. Clemson is the opposite. Not only did they have a loss against LSU, but they have a game last week that I talked about yesterday with Rocky. I tuned in halfway through the game because I got the ESPN alert that Clemson is down 10 going into the third quarter against Troy. And I'm trying to figure out what in the world is going on. But we see this Clemson team do this the last 3 or 4 years under the leadership of Dabo Swinney. They underestimate the small opponents. They either lose or get really close to losing games that they were projected to win by 30 or 40 points. Now they're taking on a Georgia Tech team that we know is going to be physical. We know is going to run the ball. And we know has some things that they can go to. They've got a great running back in Haynes. They got another guy that's pretty much a running back in their quarterback Haynes King as well. So I think it's going to be a close game. I'm looking for the spread to see what
it's 3.5.
3.5 point spread going towards Clemson.
You can get Georgia Tech and 3 points. I don't know if Georgia Tech is the better team, but I'll take them at home. And the 3 points. I definitely will.
Yeah.
And I wouldn't be surprised if they win straight out.
Yeah.
I'm going to take Clemson. And I'm going to tell you why.
You going to take the 3 or just on the money line?
Just straight up. Just straight up.
Okay.
But I think it'll be a close game. I think it'll be anywhere from 6 to 3 points. And the reason I pick Clemson is because what Georgia Tech does best is what Clemson defends the best.
Yes, absolutely.
So and I don't think that Georgia Tech can pass the ball on Clemson as well as Clemson can pass the ball.
Okay.
So I'm taking Clemson. I would say probably it's going to be a 6 to 3 point win. It's going to be a good game. It's a conference game, so it's a lot on the line. It's the first conference game for both opponents. So, I mean, we'll see. But I'm picking Clemson definitely.
Yeah, I got Clemson in this one. I got them. I'm taking them on the points too as well. The 2.5. Well, it shows me 2.5. Yours said 3.5. Either one, I'm taking it. I think Clemson is at least a touchdown better because of what Wayne just pointed out. Georgia Tech can only run the football. Clemson's only really good at stopping the run. That DBs that was supposed to be good haven't turned out to be that great. But they've been stout against the run. They got T.J. Parker, who's going to be a first-round draft pick. They got Peter Woods, who's going to be a first-round draft pick, both guys on the defensive line. I think they'll be able to stop somewhat the running attack of Georgia Tech.
Just for giggles, see how many yards did Troy run for?
Let's go over to.
And I'm just going to say whatever
Against
Troy
Clemson?
against Clemson. I'm saying whatever Troy ran for, Georgia Tech can run for twice as much.
78 total yards.
Oh yeah,
76 total yards.
They can run for twice as much as that. For sure.
Yeah, they only gonna run. They only yards gonna be running the ball. So yeah, I think they're definitely gonna run for more than that.
Yeah,
but Clemson plays around with their food too much, man. That's why they don't take games serious, including the Georgia Tech. This is probably another game that we beat Georgia Tech every single year. We might just roll in here and beat them. It's not gonna be that way for Clemson. I don't know what Dabo's got to do to get his guys to realize that, because it seems to be a consistent problem for them year in and year out, not taking their game seriously early in the season. But we'll see how that goes. Tomorrow, Texas is playing UTEP. Obviously, we expect Texas to win, but I want to get you guys' opinion about Arch Manning. We all watched him struggle in the first game. Second game, he comes out, looks better, and everybody's celebrating, but they're playing a team that they're supposed to beat by 1,000 points. What is y'all's assessment so far through the first couple of games of Arch Manning?
I'll just say this. You won't find out truly what Arch Manning is until he plays a team that has a chance of beating him. You know what I mean? I think the SEC schedule will eventually unveil what Arch Manning truly is. I wouldn't look for you to find out much in this game, just like I don't think you found out much about last game.
No. Wayne, what's your thoughts on Arch so far?
My thoughts are to come out the blocks, and then you have to come out and you have to play Ohio State. That's tough. That's tough on anybody. I don't care if he was a 4-year starter, but to come out and be the leader of the team and that's your first outing, that's tough. When you have a young quarterback, you have to gain experience.
They only said he would be the #1 draft pick overall.
But that's projection.
Yeah.
Projection ain't never got nobody nowhere.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? Miles Smith was projected to be a run stopper. Yeah, and I'm talking about America's team. He was projected, and he was a first round pick. But that was projection.
Him and Taco.
Yeah. So
you should draft anybody named after a Mexican dish. Mozzie or Taco.
Okay. So we
Mozzie something in Spanish?
I ain't
Mozzie
the
something
local
like
Spanish
corn?
guy. I have no. Corn is
But he
Lotes.
got dreads, man. He got dreads.
Corn is a Lotes.
I thought Mozzie was like something that you made, like when you mashed up corn, it was called Mozzie.
That's elotes.
Oh, man.
No, man.
That's Italian. That's Italian, man. That's Italian.
Hey, no, but yeah, I think Arch will be fine in the long run, but
He's in the pocket.
he's gonna struggle when they play the big time teams. I'm super interested to see what does he do against Oklahoma.
Yeah,
I
he
think
in
that's
the
gonna be
pocket
one of
for
their
sure.
first real tests
over
that he's gonna get to see.
Oh yeah.
I'm looking for the last game. I wanted to. Oh, go ahead, Wayne. My bad. I wasn't.
And so what I want to say about Arch Manning is it's just all about progression when you have a young kid. He's gaining experience, but he needs to start doing it, like Rocky says, in these conference games when he get to Southeast Conference play. And I think he will. I think he'll get it together. He's got a support system around him. He's got great players around him. All he has to do is, as Cam Newton say, he don't have to be a game changer, right?
Yeah.
All he had to do is be what?
Game manager.
A game manager.
Yeah.
And if he can just be a
Boy,
game
that
manager.
boy Connor Wegman tackled himself. I ain't never seen. And watch this play. He'll lose the guy and then tackles. He cuts himself.
I didn't know Wigman even still could run this much, man. I didn't know he was a dual threat guy like that. I thought he was supposed to be a pocket passer.
Well, when you got them live bullets coming in, you don't have no choice but to run, man.
Oh man, I wish they showed that again. He tackled himself. I mean, he looked like somebody chopped him.
So he did the Eli Manning where he tackles himself. Eli used to do that a lot. He'll tackle himself in the backfield when they're getting the sack. It looks like Colorado's going to get them off the field right here as University of Houston still got a 16-14 lead. Another SEC matchup I wanted to ask y'all about, LSU and Florida. Obviously, we talked about USF already beating Florida last week. I'm not sure how Florida responds from that loss, especially taking on the LSU team at home. Right now, LSU is a 6.5-point favorite. I'll take LSU, and I'll take LSU on the points in that one, the 6.5. I think they were better than Florida already, even if Florida would have went out and blew out USF last week. But after seeing what I saw last week against USF, no way I can pick them against LSU in this game.
Well, Lagway has to play, and he hadn't been playing up to par.
Mm-hmm.
But I pick LSU in this game too, and but Lagway has to come to compete, and he has to be better at the signal calling position, the quarterback position, for Florida to even have a chance to win. And without him playing a spectacular game, they don't have a chance.
Yeah, he's got to be phenomenal for them to even have a chance in this game. I think LSU is one of the best teams in the country. Florida, like I said yesterday on the show, they don't have any more mess ups. They lost to USF, and now they got the hardest schedule in the country after this. They play 6 ranked teams in a row after they play USF.
I think we may be giving LSU a little more credit than they deserve. You got to remember, they just beat a Clemson team that turns out may not be that good.
Yeah.
So I think it's time. Again, I don't claim to know what anybody is this early in the season. However, other than Ohio State, I think I know what they are. But I'm willing to let it unfold in this LSU Florida game. I think it could be very competitive, right?
Yeah.
It could be very competitive because ultimately I think what we're doing, we're downgrading Florida for losing a close game to USF that they should have won. Had not been for that personal foul late in the game, they probably would have won the game.
Right.
And let's see how it turns out. Because you know one thing about Florida, they have athletes.
They have athletes.
They have athletes.
And so does LSU.
Yeah.
LSU
got a lot of them boys too.
Yeah, exactly. They going out and they both get the.
And again, Billy Napier is coaching for his coaching life, his SEC coaching life right now.
But didn't he just get a raise?
Again, he's coaching for SEC.
Well, I mean, he got enough money now where it don't matter. But,
fire me, I'm going to the crib with $60 million.
Yeah, it don't matter right now. I mean, he secured an
But you know, as a competitor, you don't get in the game to make money. You get in the game to win a championship, baby.
Oh yeah, no doubt.
But $70 million on the couch don't sound bad.
When you coach at Florida, that's what it's all about. You don't coach at Florida to go 6-5 or to go 500.
Yeah.
Your record got to be 900 at least, and then you have to be in that.
And again, I think he has a guy.
For a
I think
national
he has
championship.
a pro prospect as a coach. I think I'll say this. This is a game going into the game. You guys may not see it this way, but I see it this way. The coaching, the quarterback matchup is going to be even.
Nussmeier and Lagway.
Yeah, I consider it even.
I don't.
Even.
I don't. I'm taking Nussmeier.
Okay, I consider it even.
Because I'm gonna tell you why, and the reason why is because Lagway hadn't played up to par right now. He hadn't.
Or last year.
All his is all hype right now. Until you can do something about it, until you can prove you are that guy, you ain't that guy.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's all smoke.
I have to get it to you, Walker.
It's all smoke right now.
It's all projection.
His good games only come against bad teams.
Nussmeier has put it on tape a few times.
Oh,
exactly.
Yeah.
Now, but the problem with Nussmeier, he'll throw it to the other team, too.
He will. Yeah. He would definitely will. He will give you an opportunity.
But he
get,
has to
get
be
picked.
a game manager too.
Yeah, and he got weapons. You can definitely be a game
yeah,
manager. He
no
got
doubt.
real weapons out there at LSU. So that's going to be a really fun one out in Death Valley. I guess they get to coin the real Death Valley since they took Clemson out at home. Last one I want to ask you guys about A&M and Notre Dame. Notre Dame coming into this game 0-1, but their one loss was to a Miami team that we just talked about. We think is really good. A&M coming into this game 2-0. But both of their victories are against teams that we knew they were going to beat. They only played UTSA and Utah State. So it's not like A&M's done anything impressive. I like Marcel Reed for this offense, but this is going to be the first game where he's going to have to be a passer. That got him into a lot of trouble last year when he took over at A&M. Matter of fact, took over for Connor Wigman over at A&M. How do you guys see this one shaping out? Notre Dame and Texas A&M. Notre Dame is at home, and they're a 6.5-point favorite in this game.
I'm letting Rocky speak first on this one.
No, again, I think Notre Dame is potentially the better team.
Mm-hmm.
I think you got to give Marcel Reed and Texas A&M a chance in this game. But the reason why I think it's going to be a very competitive game because I think both teams were able to keep the scores down, and Marcel Reed is a dynamic player.
Mm-hmm.
And if you keep it around 20, 25 points, he can be the difference. He can be the difference. And so for that, I'm going to take Notre Dame for the win, but I think A&M should keep it close.
You know what? I've been hot, and I've been making these projections. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I had to go with my gut on some of this, and then you have to go with your brain on some of this. And A&M has the thing that Notre Dame wants to do is run the ball. A&M has a heck of a front.
Might be
four.
the best in the SEC.
And they play in the SEC.
Yeah.
And I'm picking A&M to win this game, man. I'm picking A&M to win this game. I think they go get it done.
Under touchdown, Jesus?
Yeah. they go get hit in the mouth for the first time because they playing a tough team on the road that has national. What is it? Is that the night game?
Yeah, it's the night game, 6:30.
Yeah. So they go get hit in the mouth, but it's one of those games that they have to go out and they have to show that they A&M. It's an independent. It's the biggest independent plus a Southeast Conference powerhouse, which is A&M. I'm taking A&M, and I'm taking them to go and win by 3 points.
Really?
Yes.
I'm not mad at that pick. Like you brought up the best point, the defense. A&M has got one of the best defenses in the entire nation. Only reason I'm taking Notre Dame, one, because they're at home, two, because Marcel Reed, as we just talked about with Nussmeier, is going to give you multiple opportunities to go and get that football when he has to put it in the air. When them wobbly spirals come out, it gets a little shaky for them when they have to pass the ball. If they don't get in a situation,
they're gonna try to confuse him. They're gonna try to confuse him, but
for sure.
But he got the legs to get it done.
Yeah, he does. Absolutely.
No doubt about it.
He's the best. He's the best athlete on the field.
On the field.
Yeah.
He ain't. What's the guy from Miami?
Carson Beck.
He ain't Carson Beck.
No, not at all.
He ain't Carson Beck.
Nah.
So you have to be ready for that, and I think they will be, and I think they get it done. Man, I'm going A&M.
Wayne been hot, y'all. Y'all might want to listen to him, giving y'all some play-by-play here and some perspective as we get ready. Saturday morning, you wake up early, watch a little college game day, try to figure out who you're gonna do your last-minute parlays on. Well, tune in to what Wayne's got to say because he's been hot right now. So I might have to put a Wayne parlay out there in the morning when I get up and get to making mine. Folks, we're gonna go into a quick break as we're entering the final hour here on Friday Night Flex. When we come back, we'll touch back some more on these high school games that are coming out of halftime, give you guys some more updates on what's going on. And, of course, we got to talk some NFL. Rocky did kind of a halftime wardrobe switch here. He had the Michael Parsons jersey on first. And then he went and put the Shadur on here for halftime for the Bucks playing here. So we'll talk a little bit of NFL. So stay tuned and stay locked in with us here on Friday Night Flex. We're going to be right back after this short break.
My name is Roy Gillis, CEO of Lighthouse Streaming. and you're watching Centex Sports Network.
You got 8 seconds to prove you're worth the price of admission. And you got Baylor Scott and White Health along for the ride. So square up. You got this.
RJ's Bargain Center is your home team for appliances at unbeatable prices. From refrigerators to washers, dryers to stoves, you'll find brand new appliances with huge discounts. And just like your favorite local teams, RJ's is proud to support our community and local sports. Score your savings today at RJ's Bargain Center, 711 Lynn Street, Waco. Call 254-224-6178. RJ's Bargain Center, where big savings are always a home run.
I've looked back at MCC with all these kids coming out here, these men and women starting their lives out here, starting their dreams and their visions of what they want to do for their family. It's the foundation for our community.
The plan is to go win.
Yes, sir.
Our girls set a goal that they wanted to win a national championship. They wanted to win a conference championship. That's been on the table from day one. And now we put ourselves in the position to do that.
Pitch hit in the air and deep to left field. Going back is Rayvon Morgan at the wall. He leaps and he makes the catch for the third out.
Too much to give in. If you think it's over, then let's start it again. The planet's alive, the stars burn bright, the sun goes down, we keep going all night. Going back down, the moment is now. Don't miss out, we're never turning around. That is your
Going back to him, into it. It'll go all the way to the wall. One run is scored. Now the third coming home to score is Aiden Cooney.
Catch me if you can. We're renegades.
It's this one in the air, deep right field. It is treetop call and over the wall.
We're renegades. We're renegades. We're renegades. Listen up, listen up.
Hits the first pitch down the right field side. That's going to be it. Touching third and coming home is the winning run, Carson Broca. Give a RBI double to Blake Hansen. The Magic walk it off and win by a score of 10-9.
We're renegades. Yeah. Yeah. Rappers really don't want beef with me. Trust me, I can beat you easily. Suckers get DDT'd. I've been swinging for the fences since I was in Little League. I'm at their neck like a guillotine. Woo, Langston Hughes with the verses. Hook something like a ring, no. Baby girl, I ain't got time to chase you. I've been chasing dreams, whoa. I'm going crazy like I'm daylight, yeah. I'm a crossover gang, AI, yeah. We be skipping over all of your verses just like the CD with a playwright, yeah. I already know if the beat is bananas, it's only right that I go ape on it, yeah. Going crazy like I'm daylight, yeah. I'm a crossover gang, AI, yeah. We be skipping over all of your versions just like the CD with an A, yeah. Going crazy like I'm daylight, yeah. I'm a crossover gang, AI, yeah. We be skipping over all of your versions just like the CD with a playwright, yeah. Going crazy like I'm daylight, yeah. I'm a crossover gang, AI, yeah.
This is why you need Centex Primetime. Jalen Gillis brings the realness. Dive into the heart of sports with the most passionate commentary around. From pro to high school, Jalen's got the insight and energy you crave. Catch all the action weekdays from 5 to 7 p.m. on the Centex Sports Network, only on YouTube. Join the conversation and elevate your sports knowledge with Centex Primetime. Don't miss it.
Need video or audio solutions? Lighthouse Streaming, a full-scale media agency, can transform any event. Check this out. We're talking live streaming that's crisp and clear, event audio that hits every note, and church video and audio solutions that'll enhance worship. Corporate events, we got those on lock too. From concerts to conferences, Lighthouse Streaming and Audio makes your vision shine. Book your appointment now at lighthousestreaming.com or call 254-252-4206 for a free consultation. Let's elevate your event and light up the stage.
What's up, everybody? My name is Jalen Gillis. You may know me from Centex Sports Network. We're starting a new platform, Recruit 254. Our mission is to highlight the amazing student athletes of 254. So if you're in the Waco, Killeen, Temple, Mart, Marlin, or any surrounding 254 areas, follow this platform and join the movement. Recruit 254. 254, let's run it up.
Hello, my name is Roy Gillis, CEO of Lighthouse Streaming, and you're watching Centex Sports Network.
You got 8 seconds to prove you're worth the price of admission. And you got Baylor Scott and White Health along for the ride. So square up. You got this.
RJ's Bargain Center is your home team for appliances at unbeatable prices. From refrigerators to washers, dryers to stoves, you'll find brand new appliances with huge discounts. And just like your favorite local teams, RJ's is proud to support our community and local sports. Score your savings today at RJ's Bargain Center, 711 Lynn Street, Waco. Call 254-224-6178. RJ's Bargain Center, where big savings are always a home run.
I've looked back at MCC with all these kids coming out here, these men and women starting their lives out here, starting their dreams and their visions of what they want to do for their family. It's the foundation for our community.
The plan is to go win.
Yes, sir.
Our girls set a goal that they wanted to win a national championship. They wanted to win a conference championship. That's been on the table from day one. And now we put ourselves in the position to do that.
Pitch hit in the air and deep to left field. Going back is Rayvon Morgan at the wall. He leaps and he makes the catch for the third out.
Too much to give in. If you think it's over, then let's start it again. The planet's alive, the stars burn bright, the sun goes down, we keep going all night. Don't back down, the moment is now. Don't miss out, we're never turning around. That is your
Going back in, get good. It'll go all the way to the wall. One run is scored. Rounding to the third, coming home to scores Aiden Cooney.
catch me if you can. We're renegades.
It's this one here in right field. It is treetop call and over the wall.
We're renegades. We're renegades. We're renegades. Listen up, listen up.
Hits the first pitch down the right field side. That's going to be it. Touching third and coming home is the winning run, Carson Croca. Give a RBI double to Blake Hansen. And the Highlanders walk it off and win by a score of 10-9.
We're renegades.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome back into Friday Night Flex here. Jalen Gillis here, still joined by Wayne Walker, Rocky Miller here at the table as we're giving you guys some updates and analysis on these high school games. Let me give you guys a quick updates on some of the scores as we're coming out of halftime for a lot of the guys, or some guys starting to go into the fourth quarter of play as well. University in China Spring, University starting to pull away the U-Dogs out there at China Spring, making some moves up 28-7 right now over on China Spring. Fellas, looks like University starting to pull away in this game. What do y'all think about the U-Dogs on the road, close to a victory in this game?
But just like Rocky said, University should win. Should win this game. They were favored to win. And he also said that it doesn't do anything for University, but it does everything for China Spring if China Spring was to win this game. We expected this. They go out and handle their business. That's what they're supposed to do. They're supposed to be a lesser opponent. They got more athletes. They got more 4- and 5-star athletes over there. So they did what they're supposed to do.
Yeah, it looks like University taking care of business right now. As you said, they're favored. They're the higher classification. You're supposed to go out there and win. What you don't want to do is go out there and play the lower classification
and lose.
Get put off the field.
Yeah.
Because that's a confidence killer. But this University team starting to make their stride. They lost to a Keller Central team that was probably better than what we thought. University was projected to win by a lot. They lost that game. They come out, take care of business versus Granbury. Now, right before they're getting ready to go into district play, taking care of business against the China Spring team. So I think they'll be able to close it out. We'll keep an eye on that game. They're about halfway through that third quarter. So still plenty of time left for our China Spring viewers. There's still plenty of time left for China Spring to be able to come back in that game. Going up to Cleburne, Waco High up 27 now to 22 over on Cleburne. Rock, what do you think about your alma mater?
Man,
still putting points on the board.
They're still scoring, but they're letting other teams put points on the board too. So that's it's concerning. However, we still have the lead in the third, there's another quarter that they have to play, and just like Walker said earlier, you hope it's not a situation where they figure out a way to lose this game. Hopefully, Coach Martinez and the guys figure out a way to win this game on the road. But I'm gonna be honest with you, Walker. Just being in this game is a moral victory for these guys. And when you're in a program that's on the trajectory that Waco High has been on, being in a game late like this is a win. And so hopefully they can pull the true victory out.
Yeah,
and end up with more points at the end of the game.
Well, it's all about culture, and he's trying to, put his stamp on this program. And sometimes you have to take an L to get a victory. That's what I was always told. But I mean, if we're up, we might as well go ahead and handle business. Our new tradition starts today, so let's try to find a way to win on the road. It'll be big for their program, but if you don't win, it kind of does something to your confidence.
Your psyche.
So we had this game, the guys said, we had this game, we was up 14 points, and then we come back and we lose by 6 points. You don't want that. You don't want that in your locker room. Handle business, huddle the troops, get in and say, hey, man, let's win this game. Let's take us a victory back to Waco, because if you lose this game that you were up on and you feel like you should have won, that's a long bus ride back to Waco. That's a long, sad bus ride back to Waco.
And I always say this: winning begets more winning. If you can just stack these wins up together, winning becomes a little more.
It's a habit.
I always talk about this when it comes to you guys. You came into a winning tradition, Walker, and your head coach ultimately became my head coach at Waco High, and you guys had already set the table for us to expect to win, and Coach T expected us to win. So we never went into a weightlifting session. We never went into a off season. We always thought about the goal as being to win, not if we can win.
Right.
I think that's what these guys have to start doing, expecting to win rather than hoping to win.
I couldn't have said it any better, because that's the difference. That's how you try to build culture, because the culture that we came into was, our expectations was, hey, who's next? I mean, we know we already know we gonna win district.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? It's just who we were gonna beat to get there. But now you don't have those expectations at Waco High. Now you have a program that's falling behind, that's falling on bad times. And then your crosstown rivalry is beating you. So now you have to change the whole culture, and now you have to rebuild that whole program. And it starts with the first victory, and then I don't know if that's today, I don't know if that's going to be today or next week or whatever, but it has to start somewhere. So hopefully they'll pull this one out, man. Hopefully they'll pull it out, Jay.
Yeah, it's looking like it.
And I'm hoping Colorado pulling it out, but it doesn't look like my man is struggling again, and with Colorado as you were talking about that, and it seems like it's something simple that's going on. They're changing the coverage they went from kind of like a man scheme to a zone scheme, and the guys are just running through the zone instead of settling down in the open spaces. And I don't know if that's something that
It's all about halftime adjustments.
Yeah.
And then Houston went in and they made halftime adjustments. They seen how they were getting gobbled up. But you got to have something that'll counter that, and you have to anticipate that as a coach where, hey, we've been successful doing this. So now that we've been successful doing this, I think they're going to come back and do this. So you have to be ready for that as well. So now you got to go.
I wonder if he's going to let Caden Salter pull it out the fire.
Well, you got to go to the sideline, and you have to make some adjustments, a few little adjustments, and say, hey, this is what they're doing now. So now this is what we're going to do. And I wouldn't do it with Salters. I'd do it with the quarterback that gave us a chance in the first half that was kind of successful. But now we're going into the fourth quarter. And maybe we do need a scrambler. And
he looks. Reason why I say so is that he looks kind of frenetic, meaning that he's getting back to the top of his drop, and rather than looking for somebody's open, he's looking like anticipating to have to run.
Ain't nobody open because they went to a zone. So you're gonna be frantic in the pocket when it's something you hadn't seen, especially as a quarterback. You seeing different coverages, you seeing a whole different scheme. Seemed like they didn't. They put their ends out even farther out.
Yes.
So he won't be able to run because all his runs had none been up the middle. They all been scrambling.
Yes. Well, they've been in man coverage.
Yeah.
The corner bails out. Then nobody looking back at the quarterback is getting around the corner. They kind of cut that out by playing coverage.
They just rushing up. They just rushing up at a certain point and just leveling off, so he won't be able to scramble and playing zone coverage behind him. So he's seeing something new, and like I said, they're going to have to go to the sideline and they're going to have to make different adjustments as an offense.
Yeah, Colorado hadn't done anything in this entire second half so far. He was 12 for 18 at halftime. He's 12 for 20 right now. So they're not only is he not completing, they're not even throwing the ball. I'm wondering at this point, Colorado loses this game. Is it okay to just be out on Colorado this year? Because if you can't beat a University of Houston, I'm going to be very hard for me to pick you against anybody in the Big 12.
Well, let's be honest, Jalen. They don't have an identity right now.
Yeah, exactly.
It kind of reminds me. I'll say this. The first year they had an identity at Colorado, they just passed all the goddamn thing.
Yeah, that was it.
Well, now they don't even have that. Like they're not. I don't think they're sure what they are. And from a defensive standpoint, right, I think that they're just struggling to stop the run and get off the field on third down. They've had some third downs that they just hadn't been able to get off the field with. Again, I think. If Caden Salter, Juju, or Staub step up and become a player, because what's required tonight is nothing sensational.
No.
They just need to be competent tonight, right?
If
they're competent tonight, they're in the game as an offense. And I may be able, if you look at what they've given up on defense, they haven't given up a whole hell of a lot on defense. Maybe 180 yards or 90 yards on offense and passing, and maybe another 90 on rushing.
160 passing, at 182 rushing.
Oh, they gave up.
They can't. It's the run. It's the run. You can't. Yeah. You cannot give up. If Connor Wickman, 168.
I need him to pass for 12 more yards, but I don't think he'll do it because. Hell, they got the lead. They're not gonna pass the ball again.
They gonna be running. I mean, you can't. They haven't been able to stop the run.
But I think me picking Colorado to win is a much bigger hurdle at this point.
Yeah, than worrying about Connor Wickman getting that 12.
Man, when I give you these expert predictions, man, you know me and you boys, we go back a long way.
Yeah. Well, I just didn't want to throw in the towel on them, man.
And I wouldn't throw in the towel on them for the whole season because you can always turn it around at some point. But this is big when you lose to a team that...
He's spooked now.
That you lose to a team that you really supposed to lose. And you lose to one of the worst teams in the Big 12.
Yeah.
So that's what's going to be worse than anything.
Coach Prime looked pretty mad over there.
But Colorado is going to get everybody's best shot. And they have to realize that because they're prime time.
And
now what's interesting, Walker, if he had just settled down instead of kept running, they're running like a zone blitz on him.
Yeah,
and he just kept running instead of settling
running
down.
across the field.
This dude ain't played meaningful football since high school. He's not finna come in here on a Friday night in a ruckus environment and wow everybody and throw for. I mean, that's just what it is. He's confused by the zone blitz because he hasn't seen the zone blitz.
And then y'all got my boy over here looking sad over here.
Yeah.
Do something.
Yeah. And it looks like we're giving you guys a live look in on what Robinson and Alvarado are doing. Looks like Alvarado's going to close that one out against Robinson. It's late in the game, and Alvarado's got a pretty big lead against his Robinson team. But up 35-14 is what it looks like in that third quarter. I'm going to give you guys some updates on some of these scores coming out of the locker room. Some guys heading into the fourth, and we're going to talk a little bit of NFL after that. The U-Dogs, University, up 35-7 now on China Spring, taking care of business. Also taking care of business, the Vega Pirates up 37-14 against West Orange Stark. Connally and Grandview still battling it out, 20-12 there. Franklin up 35-21 against Lorena as they're in the second half. This Whitney team, and we talked about them a little bit earlier, y'all. Whitney's got a dynamic offense. They put up 50 points at halftime against Hillsborough, who's in a higher classification than them. So look out for those Whitney guys, man. Coach Haynes does a phenomenal job out there with that Whitney program. It looks like Clifton in Italy, starting to be a little bit closer. Clifton up 28-20 in that game. Bosqueville up 35-0 on Meridian. Two undefeated teams, Hamilton and Crawford. Crawford with the narrow 14-6 lead against Hamilton. Chilton and Marlin, a game that a lot of people were talking about. Chilton up 22-0 in that one. Marlin started the season off ranked. Haven't been able to find a win so far yet in this season. Riesel and Mart, 7-6 lead for Mart in that game. Still, Mart's been struggling as well so far in this football season. Fairfield up 38-8. Fairfield, another offense that's been on fire to start this season. Looks like they're still on fire. Their quarterback threw for 400 yards last week. Looks like they're off to another really good start once again in that game. Temple struggling against San Antonio Reagan, down 24-20 in that game. Right now, Waco High still with their lead, 27-22 as of right now, going into the fourth quarter. Folks, we got some time here left on the show.
Poor decision by Houston right here.
And looks like they're going to kick a field goal
Very
and
poor
miss.
decision.
A terrible decision by your guy Fritz out there. Looks like it's a flag though.
Ain't no telling who it is.
It's holding.
Oh.
So that's
you back it up. No. You decline
that, and then they're gonna take the ball back. Still plenty of time in this game for Colorado to do something, and for Ryan Staub to show that what he can do. But I mean, if he does anything like he's been doing so far in this game, they won't be able to pull that one out. Folks, while we have some time here left, I want to give you guys some talk a little bit of NFL football. Last night, the Green Bay Packers were able to beat the Washington Commanders. They come out with a win, 27-16. Before we preview some of the other games, I want to get you guys' thoughts on what do you think about this Green Bay team, because I'm high on these guys. I think Rocky's high on them because he came in with a Micah jersey on before he switched to the Shadur jersey halfway through the show. But what do y'all think about Green Bay so far, man? Their defense has looked good. They shut out the number one offense in the league last week against Detroit. Then the team that was in the NFC Championship game, they pretty much shut their offense out. I'm glad Zach Ertz got off because he helped my fantasy team out that I definitely needed that. But this Green Bay defense looks for real, and they look like they can really go. What are y'all thoughts on Green Bay? Rock, I'll start with you since you had the Micah jersey on.
I mean, I just think they have a tough defense. Mm-hmm. You know, you're going to have somebody who can really run the football in order to, get some stuff open in the passing game, because they have decent cover guys, and they have two great rush ends. Mm-hmm. Gary and Parsons. I don't know a better pair in the league now. You know, and so you got to be able to run the football against them, and they're going to be a tough out. Yeah, they're going to be a tough out. It was a tough night. Jaden Daniels didn't look like a superhero. He couldn't run. He couldn't pass. They stifled him pretty good. But again, this is a long season.
Yeah.
Green Bay, you have to navigate. I always say this early. We won't know what they are until after Thanksgiving. You know what I mean? We'll have some idea what they are.
Right.
Thanksgiving, some things get changed in the NFL. They won't be able to throw it all over the yard in Green Bay after November. They're going to have to buckle down and be forced to run, not because teams make them run, because the weather dictates.
The weather going to make them run.
Going to make them run. So I just want to see how this progresses. But right now, they are, they're no worse than the 5th best team in the league.
Who's Green Bay?
Yeah.
Okay. I would say they're top 3 in the league.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's early, so I don't want to give them too much credit.
Somebody got to be top 3.
When you have a player like Micah Parsons that you add to your mix, you had an elite player that allows you to do so many things on defense because you already have another rush in that can rush the ball. So now you can rush with 4 guys, and it allows you to do so many things in the back of that.
Yeah.
And they get to the quarterback quickly. So they're changing the whole progression of the game by what they do with their front 4.
Yeah.
It's the same ingredient that Philadelphia had in the Super Bowl.
Mm-hmm.
It's hard to beat that formula when you can rush with 4 guys and you allow, 7 guys on the back end to do whatever they want to do. And they can just play zone. They can play man because now you interrupt the quarterback's clock. He don't have 4 and 5 seconds to get the ball off. He only has 3 seconds. 1,001, 1,002, 1,003, and they there.
Yeah, they already right there looking at you.
Just a guy like, he changed the whole complexity of their team by adding Micah Parsons. And their offense is young. They're the youngest team in the league. Okay? If Jordan Love can play and get them points, I think you see Philadelphia and I think you see Green Bay in the NFC Championship game this year.
Yeah, I had my team that I thought was going to sneak in and replace the Commanders in that championship game was going to be the Rams. But after what I've seen through these first 2 weeks, there's no way I can say that it's not Green Bay. I'm like you, Wayne. I think Green Bay is a top 3 team. It's really just Philadelphia, maybe Baltimore in there that I'll throw in there as better than Green Bay. But as of right now, this defense is unstoppable. They've rushed 5 guys 20% of the time in their first 2 games. They've only allowed 6 yards, I believe, when they rushed 5 guys.
And they have balance on offense. They got a bell cow that can run the ball, and then they got young receivers that's only going to get better as the season go on. And then they get one of their best receivers that they just extended hadn't even came in to play yet.
Yeah, exactly.
So, I think that progression is on the upward bound. I mean, it's upward bound, and that trajectory all depends on their offense. And I think with maturity and with Jordan Love, I think they get it done, man. I really like this team, and I think that addition of Micah Parsons to that defense just elevates them a little bit more than anybody that I've seen this year.
6 pressures last night from Micah Parsons. 6 pressures. When you add a guy like that to a defense that was already going to be pretty decent.
And he ain't playing them but like
he's still barely playing over half the snaps. Yeah, I mean, when he gets fully into shape, man, Green Bay is going to be tough for anybody to beat, and it's going to make that game in a couple of weeks at Jerry World a little more interesting on Sunday Night Football.
Thank you, Jerry.
You heard the chants last night.
Thank you, Jerry.
That's all you heard when they put Michael Parsons up on the table.
Those are some polite people. In Wisconsin.
That's why they were saying thank you. They were just being polite.
They should.
Yeah.
I mean, Jerry handed them.
Maybe he might have handed them a ring.
Well, I don't know about that, but he definitely, if he was trying to beat Philly,
he said, I know one way I can beat Philly. Make another team be good enough to be able to beat them. That's one way we can beat Philly. Yeah. But Green Bay comes out with a win yesterday on Thursday Night Football, get 10 days of rest before they have to play Cleveland on next Sunday. And then right after that, there'll be a Jerry World to be able to take on America's team.
And that's the thing that gets me. You trade a guy in your division, a team that the last time you win the playoffs, knocked you out of the playoffs, and then you're going to have to play against this guy this year. You know what kind of attitude that guy going to come in with?
If he had 6 pressures against Commanders last night.
And the thing about it, the thing about it I love, they can't, it's so many, because last night, they didn't just have him outside. They put him in the middle.
Mm-hmm.
So you can't really game plan for him when you putting them all over the field. And then when you have a package of 4 that rushes, then you have a package of 5 that rushes, then you blitz sometime. I don't understand Jerry. I just don't understand why Jerry Jones did. If you was gonna do that, you should have traded him to Philadelphia. You might as well trade him to the Philadelphia Eagles. They want to give you more for him, so you might as well have traded him there.
Yeah, I mean, those 2 first-round picks ain't gonna be worth this trade.
Well, now again, I know you guys would say he should have traded him to Philly, but under no circumstances should he.
He shouldn't have traded him in his division.
He should have traded him to New England.
He shouldn't have traded him anywhere.
In the NFC. They shouldn't have traded him anywhere.
So guys, at the end of the day, there's no good way to make a bad decision. Like it's a bad decision to. Now, what it goes back to is, me and you have talked about it, Dave. If you go into a negotiation, hoping that a guy gives you a hometown discount, and he tells you right to your face, "Hey, I'm not gonna give you a discount," then you have to at that point decide: do I want to keep him, or do I want to negotiate with him at the top of the market? Yeah. If you decide you don't want to, now again, I don't begrudge Jerry for not negotiating with him at the top of the market. Well, but get something that can help you this year.
Yeah.
But you do that before the draft. If you
before the draft, that's what I'm saying.
If you make a decision like that, you go to him before the draft and say, "Hey, Michael Parsons, hey, I'm not trying to change the market," which he would have got him a lot cheaper at that point because I think the guy from Pittsburgh hadn't been signed yet.
The problem is that Myles Garrett signed right before the draft for $45 million.
Yeah, but you can go and you can give him $46 million, and you will be okay. But this is the thing: you decide this before the draft, and then if you feel like, hey, I don't want to pay this guy this much money, I can get more for him then you can go to somebody and you can get you 3 first-round draft choices. You can get
for that year. Yeah. Somebody that can help you now.
You can trade him to Siberia.
Yeah, exactly. You can trade.
I mean, because again, I think you can. Here's my point. You go before the draft, right? And you look at the guys at the top of the draft, right? Will Cleveland trade for him? Nah. But I believe Jacksonville would have traded for him.
Oh man, yeah, definitely.
You know what I mean? I think you could have got that
second.
Listen,
you could have got one for next year.
Yep. Listen, what happened? You could have got that pick from Jacksonville, and probably got the rights to Travis Hunter or someone like that. You know, an impact player. But now, right? Again, what you get from Green Bay is not gonna be of any value, significant value.
They're going to get the 30th pick in the first round.
They're winning at the worst. You're going to be drafted higher than 25.
Yeah. Best case scenario, you get the 25 pick. That's your best case scenario. You get a 25 pick in the first round.
And that means that Green Bay goes to the divisional round and gets put up. But everybody kind of thinks they're going to do better than that.
And then what do you do?
This guy is horrible.
What do you do with Pickens now that he's going to want to get paid at the top of the market?
Yeah, because this is last year on the contract. So now you got to pay him, who's a worse player than Michael.
He got more problems right now. He can't answer no questions right now. He can't answer no questions.
I've been there when that parlay started dissolving right in front of you.
No, what I'm saying is that guy needs help.
Yeah, he does. They putting him in one-on-one. It's not working. But he was at Big 12 Media Day. Maybe they did have some dudes, man. Johnson was there at Big 12 Media Day. I ain't give him enough credit. Now they're just going to run. Oh, Lord. Hey, y'all. Connor Wigman just did the White Vic over here to Colorado.
He left somebody jockstrap at the 5-yard line.
I'm not getting took out my shoe by Connor Whitman. Let me not say what I would do, but that's crazy. I didn't know Connor Whitman had that. I wasn't familiar with your game,
Did you
Connor.
see him just wait?
He did. It was a draw, and he didn't even try to make it look
Everybody
like a
in the
pass.
stadium knew it was a draw.
He holding the ball like
why
this.
is the linebackers even covering anybody?
He's holding the ball like this. How was he gonna throw the ball?
And my thing, if you gonna get juked like that, you might well just fall. Just fall, man. Just fall. It make it look a little bit more convincing, but
he took him by the shoes. Hey man, I don't know what he had going on. Let me look at a couple of these games here on the Sunday slate while we in here talking about Micah and those guys. I know we all expect Dallas to win. That's bad.
Now that's holding.
Yeah, that was holding as well. That was holding as well. But you ain't supposed to get dead like that. You got some questions to answer. Do the Cowboys cover on Sunday? That's my question. We all got them beating the Giants. Do they cover the 5.5?
Oh yeah.
That's the only question. I got them covering the 5.5.
Mike, I don't think Kevin Dayball has ever beat the Cowboys.
Brian.
And that is one.
Kevin ain't either. You know what I mean?
Brian Kevin. That's his middle name. Brian Kevin Dayball. He's not winning against them. Dak, I think, won 13 straight games against the Giants. I don't think he's winning against them. He's losing against them either. But there's some more competitive games going on. Obviously, the rematch of the Super Bowl.
Eli, Daniel Jones, Gino, we got them all in that.
Everybody that's suited up ain't beat Dak. I don't think Dak's ever lost to them. Since 2016, he ain't lost to the Giants. Rematch of the Super Bowl, Philly and Kansas City. I got Philly winning this one. I picked it yesterday on the show. They're playing at Kansas City. Wayne, what do you think about this game with the rematch of the Super Bowl? Playing in Kansas City. Kansas City is an underdog, matter of fact, at home.
I think Philadelphia gets it done.
Yeah.
Just to be honest, man. I don't see Kansas City being able to really. They don't have that playmaker on the outside that can get it done.
No,
they need another receiver. They can't generate the big plays. Let me put it to you like that. What they did last year, Mahomes would be able to work it down the field and they score points and this, that, and other. But now you're playing Philadelphia. I don't think you'll be able to do that. And then I think the Philadelphia offensive lineman can take over a ball game. I see Saquon Barkley having a big ball game this
I agree.
Sunday, and I think Philadelphia gets it done. And Jalen Hurts, man, is on a whole nother level now. He has the quarterback position down. He's gonna take and whatever you give him.
He's going to turn around and hand that damn ball off.
He's going to take off up that sideline,
but
too.
He takes whatever you give him.
Yeah.
Whenever he has the pass.
Yeah.
So, but that's what I see. I just see that they're on a whole different level, man. I think Philadelphia gets it done.
Yeah, I think Philly's going to win it. And that great point about Jalen Hurts, because that was the reason I was going to pick him. Because I watched Justin Herbert rush for 50 yards, almost 60 yards against those guys against Kansas City last week. What is Jalen Hurts going to do? The exact same thing. Y'all going to play man. I'm going to wait till y'all turn around, and I'm going to take off running. And the other times, I'm going to get a ball to Saquon Barkley that y'all can't do nothing with. So for those reasons, I picked Philly. I think Rock picked Philly yesterday when we were on the show as well in this one. There's some more good games going on around the NFL tomorrow. Chicago and Detroit being one of them. Both teams trying to get back in the win column. Ben Johnson can get his revenge game, whatever you want to call it, on his former team in the Detroit Lions. I have Detroit still winning this game. They're a 6.5-point favorite playing at home. Jared Goff looked horrible in their week one against Green Bay, but it turns out that Green Bay is just going to have a really good defense as it looks like. Colorado losing this one. Ain't no reason for me to update that one. But who do y'all like in this one with Chicago and Detroit?
That play,
I'm taking Chicago. Chicago. I think Ben Johnson knows Jared Goff better than anyone.
Mm-hmm.
So he'll make those adjustments and help his defense out, even though he's an offense coordinator. He'll kind of help him with game planning against him. And I like Chicago's defense a little bit better than I like Detroit.
Oh, definitely.
So I'm definitely taking Chicago in this game.
So take Chicago on the points there. The 6.5, they underdogs in this game, but I mean, I'm not going to be surprised Chicago wins. Detroit's offense looked horrible. We know their defense is going to be bad. Their offense looked horrible. I don't know if they can call Ben Johnson and ask for some of their old plays back or something. They need some type of spark on their offense. It looked bad. They weren't able
They
to
don't
run
have
the
no
ball.
rhythm, man. They don't have no rhythm. They don't have
They weren't
no
able to
rhythm.
run. That's their whole offense is running.
Being an offense coordinator, you can be an offense coordinator, but you got to call the right play. You can have a whole bunch of arsenal and for sure skill position wise, Detroit. Rocky, get back to the show. Get back to the show. Skill position wise, Detroit has a lot more skill.
Yeah.
They have a lot more skill. But as an offense coordinator, you have to know how to use your skill position. Offense coordinator is all about timing and when to call the right play at the right time against the right defense. So you have to kind of have an imagination, and you have to imagine those things, and you have to put them. You have to put them to work and put them to good when you had that opportunity. And they don't have that guy. Ben Johnson is that guy.
Yeah.
He knew when the call reverses. He knew how to set up the defense to where he could get to his stuff. And you don't have that. You got to have a guy with imagination, and you got to have a vision for your offense. And I don't see that with Detroit.
No, they when they weren't able to run the ball at all with either Montgomery or Jahmyr Gibbs, the offense was going downhill from there. It's going to be a tough game for them, but I can see that one. That's almost a pick'em game in my opinion. You can go either way with that, Chicago or Detroit in that one. The Sunday night game is interesting because I want to see what does another football game look like for J.J. McCarthy. He struggled in that first game, in that Monday night game against Chicago, until that third and fourth quarter. He started to kick it into gear and really took over in that game.
And became a Hall of Famer.
Yeah,
according to the mainstream media.
Yeah, they already fell in love with J.J. McCarthy in that one. Minnesota's favored in this game against Atlanta. Atlanta looked okay, I guess, in their first game out, but they weren't able to win in that one. Who do y'all like in this game with Minnesota and Atlanta? Minnesota's at home, and they are a 3.5-point favorite.
I'm taking Minnesota at home. Michael Penix is his second start. It's going to be tough for him, but he got some guys around him, man, and I think Atlanta is not that bad. They had a chance to win last week, and they probably should have won against the Buccaneers, but I'm taking Minnesota.
I'm going to take Atlanta and believe what I saw for 3 quarters.
With McCarthy?
Yeah, I'm going to believe what I saw for 3 quarters.
Yeah, and I'm with you, Rock. I don't think he's a guy that they say he is.
They fell in love with him after that comeback.
Yeah.
Well, they was hoping that he would be something. You know what I mean? But
like
what he proved,
what
he proved to me is he could throw it to Justin Jefferson.
Yeah.
Like who? Duh.
Well, that's what every Minnesota quarterback has proved to me.
Well, what I'm saying is, and I think that ultimately what happened is I think Ben Johnson went to a bubble screen, draw offense, and he let them back in the game.
He let them back in the game.
Exactly what he did.
He got up 11
Caleb
points.
Williams couldn't make plays on third down.
And he wasn't accurate.
No.
And his decision making with the ball was erratic during the third and fourth quarter, and they got to work on that. But
I think he has to be willing to open. Oh man, he ran for a lot of yards on that play. I think he has to open it up. I think Ben Johnson has to open it up. He doesn't need Caleb Williams doesn't need to play the same controlled passing game that Goff ran.
No.
He needs to play. Oh, you got a guy with a high power arm that has the ability to move around. I would like to see Ben Johnson call a game that's similar more to a Shanahan type game rather than the straight drop back game that he's used to calling for Goff. See you looking over here at these scores and what we kind of predicted has happened to Waco High.
Yeah, that's what I was looking at.
I was going to segue back into that, and it was 27-22 going into the fourth quarter. Now with 4 minutes left in the fourth quarter, it's 37-27 going towards Cleburne's way, and that's that inexperience that you guys kind of were alluding to. And,
winners find a way to win.
Yeah, and unfortunately losers find a way to lose. And right now, that just looks like what's happening with Waco High, man. And it's unfortunate because they had to lead for the entire game pretty much and weren't able to pull that one out towards the very end. Still some time left, so we don't know exactly what's going to happen. But let me give a couple more quick score updates while we're over here on the high school side. University really putting it on China Spring, man, 48-14 in that game.
And I want to get the same guy I was talking about last week that Colin still runs gets another interception for a touchdown.
Hey, man. The no-fly zone is what they call it. Yeah. They've been on fire, and he's leading that defense right now with interceptions. He's already had 2 on the season. Just got another one. Devontae Kirkland has jumped in on there. He's got a pick on the season. Man, their defense is what's leading the way for a university, and that's always good whenever you can see that, because that is something you can win with in the when you get later into the season. Some of these games starting to come apart here. As we see, like we just talked about with Waco High, La Vega getting ready to close out West Orange Stark, 44-20. La Vega up right now with 4 minutes left to go in the 4th on West Orange Stark. Grandview has come back against the Cadets. They got a 26-20 lead in that game. Mejia and Gatesville getting ready to pull off. We didn't talk a lot about Gatesville, but they're also in that District 12, and Gatesville is looking really good this year. They got a quarterback that can really go, and Gary Keaton. He's already thrown for over 500 yards before they put the stats in for this game, and I'm sure it's going to take them well over 500 after they're blowing out Mejia. Franklin and Arena still battling. Lorena trying to come back a little bit. It's a 28-41 game as they're playing at Lorena. 4 minutes left to go in the 3rd. We'll check in to see if we can get an update on that score. Alvarado's, we showed the game up there on the screen just a second ago. Alvarado close to closing out this Robinson team at home. They're up 42-21. Whitney still putting it on Hillsborough right now, up 57-24 in that game. Fairfield and their dynamic offense still up big on Brownsboro, 39-8 in that game as well. So some of these games starting to pull off the way that we thought they would. Some of them, unfortunately, not going the way we thought they would with Waco High and Cleburne as well. Looking at the La Vega side, them being able to keep away this West Orange Stark team, does this encourage La Vega after coming off of a loss last week against Salina, now being able to play another very formidable opponent in West Orange Stark and handling them from start to finish? Does this encourage them as they go forward? Because they still got some really tough games on their non-district schedule.
Well, absolutely, it's encouraging, for them to handle this team. This is not, at some point, this team potentially they could see down the road. This team is in their region, and they met several times in the playoffs, and it's good to know that you're in a situation where you can handle this team. I'm sure they'll enjoy this game much better than they enjoyed last year's game. As you well know, last year they took it on the chin coming back from this game.
Yeah.
It was good to hear that Courtney Parr and his cadre of wide receivers was able to get it going to the tune of 44 points. So that looks good as well. But I think Walker summed it up best earlier, is that La Vega is La Vega, and they're going to be okay.
Yeah, they're going to be okay, man. I mean, and anytime, you get a win, that's a positive. You know what I'm saying? Especially when you come off a loss. You come back and you get your a W, man, and that's positive. That's always positive. And so now, you got back to the basics. You got back to your winning ways, and that's always positive. La Vega is going to be La Vega, and they've been traveling. They hadn't played a home game yet.
Yeah.
So to go out and get a win like that at a neutral site is always a positive thing for them.
I also looking at a few teams that we hadn't kind of talked about yet, but I think they got quality wins. A quality win. I think West getting a 45-21 win over McGregor is kind of a big deal.
No, it is. That's a very big deal.
Yeah. For West to go out, and that gives you some idea of what kind of team West has out there. They can be kind of up and down from year to year.
Yeah.
But this looks like it could be
losing to 2-1 on the season after winning
a good year.
Lorena.
Lorena's in a dogfight, but let's be honest, Franklin is a formidable foe. And they're hanging in there.
Yeah, this used to be a district game, and then Lorena has moved up now to that 4A Division II, and but Franklin's always giving these guys problems.
this is another game where Mahaya's taking it on the chin to Gatesville.
Yeah.
Mahaya took it, I want to say they took it on the chin to
Fairfield
last week.
That 70, 60,
It was
66
bad.
to nothing. 66 to nothing.
Yeah,
or something.
66-0 was their loss last week versus Fairfield. Gatesville's got a good team, though. It's not like I know Mahaya's struggling, but Gatesville, another team in that District 12 that we ain't talked about a lot, they got a good team. They got a quarterback that can really go.
But when you play football and you take losses like that, man, you don't even want to go to school no Monday.
Nah,
man.
it's tough.
Yeah, I mean,
It's tough.
I've been there.
Yeah.
I hadn't been there. But in college I was there. You know.
Yeah,
but
yeah. It's tough. It's tough that following morning.
Got to
trying
wear a hoodie to class.
Yeah, trying to get back. But some teams really getting some big wins in this. While we got a few minutes left, here's we see some of these teams getting ready to wrap up. Here, you two guys that got a lot of Friday night memories, man. What are some of those things that y'all can think about Friday nights? It's getting towards the end of the night, either getting a win or a loss. What makes some of those Friday nights super fun? Either playing the game, after the game, a lot of guys have a lot of fun. What are some of those Friday night memories that you guys could think about going back?
You know, one of the things you used to look back, and I remember like hanging out around the field house, getting all the congratulations after a win. You know, that was always a pretty big deal.
Yeah.
You know, after a win, just hanging out, especially if you played well, just hanging out, getting the congratulations. That's one. Oh man, this dude's horrible. That was one of the few times when the coach, after a win, where coaches kind of let their hair down, and they became a human for just a few hours. Yeah. And they were really congratulatory as our studio's coming apart.
Hey, Jamal, we need you, Jamal. We need you, baby. But no, I mean, you know, one of those things is mine was in game when the band playing you in one of them tough games and the band playing the cheerleaders over and your drill team going off and, you know, that's my thing. That was my thing. That's what gave me butterflies, and I wanted to always be the hero.
Hey, let me ask you this, Walker. Do you remember what the drill team girl's name was? Like, I don't even remember.
I don't remember none of them.
No. You know what? Everyone has the drill team has a name.
Oh, okay, that's what I'm saying. I don't know what
they wasn't the Lionettes or the highlights.
I think they were the Lionettes or something like that. I don't know what they were. I was playing ball though. Yeah. We'll learn their name after the game. But
what are they called over at Midway, man?
It was
the highlight. They wasn't the highlighters or the Panther heads. They wasn't.
It was something like that. I can't remember what the name of it exactly was. Man. I remember some of the people on the drill.
Starlights or something, man. Starlights, man. The Midway Starlights, man.
They wasn't. They wasn't named after a winter animal, was it?
No, they weren't. What animal would that be?
You know, like a winter.
Oh, they wanted to hop around a little bit, but that would they be?
A winter rabbit.
Hey, I don't remember what was the I don't want to say Panthers. That's the basketball team.
Yeah, man.
Man, I forget what the dance team name was, man.
Oh,
and I can remember some of the names. I ain't gonna call their names. I remember some of the names of them, but we're not gonna say that for motivation.
Oh my God! Hey, if y'all know what the J Moore line drill team name was,
I don't know.
Holla at me.
Lionettes, man.
And,
that's all I know. The basketball team was the Lady Lions and all of that, but I'm thinking for sure they were the Lionettes. I don't know, man. I don't know because I wouldn't. I just like the
You were
sound.
focused on ball.
I focused on ball, but you know when you in them big games and then your band playing and you know you finna come back and win, I'm trying to be the hero. You know, I'm trying to give them a reason to keep their legs up. I like to tell you, but I don't know what they was. Shit, I don't.
I can't remember what the name of our dance team was. I'm gonna remember it later. But
right, only Rocky would come up with.
Yeah,
something
that's like
that,
you gonna ask about the dance team. I don't remember what the dance team was. Man, bro, I can't think. I remember the outfits and everything.
Interesting stuff, man.
No, it was. Those are stuff you think about on Friday nights. You think about Friday night.
You think about on Friday night.
You know, they used to do that little dance.
Shout out to my partner Zach, man. He got suspended on the bus. We was headed to a playoff game, and he flashed our dance team and got suspended. Shout out. That's all. Hey, my homeboy.
I had to ask what color he was. Because he was black, he'd be in jail.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
He was half. So one half of them went to jail.
He went behind, but he went behind bars, bro.
He kicked out of school and everything.
They tried to. Luckily, his dad was a coach at Baylor, so they didn't kick him out of school. But that saved him. Those are some of the things you think about on the Friday nights. I still remember some of the songs and stuff like that that the band would do and all that.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. When there's fans rocking back and forth. And, you know, some of them games we played at Baylor, we played a few games at Baylor, big games, man. That's
the old Floyd Casey. That's what I got.
I remember when you cut back on that reverse, man.
Hey, but let me tell you, the tough story, we played Midway. Mm-hmm. And we was playing in the rain, and we was out at Midway. And, I mean, it was a night like it was a night. We get out there, the field just wet. They ran the sprinklers all night. All night. So, long story short, I'm letting them have it. Okay? Yeah. I'm stopping on the dime. They slide across the field, this, that, and another. So, you know, we getting ready to run the play. They time. So all the referees get together. They said, could you come here, sir? Could you come here, number 7? And I go over there, and they asked me to take my shoe off. They trying to see if I had illegal spikes on. Because I was just letting them have it. I ain't got no legal spikes on. Legal spikes? I don't even know what legal spikes are. I got these team issue spikes on.
If there was illegal spikes, they weren't giving you none. Tech wasn't giving you none.
Yeah, but I got these team issue spot belts on that I'm out here wearing. Mama ain't going to get nothing.
No illegal spikes.
You had to wear whatever Tech provided.
Whatever Waco, whatever Jefferson Moore provided. The team issue shoes, because they used to give you shoes in. You ain't going there buying no shoes. But my mama ain't going there and buying no special shoes.
No special advanced spikes to cheat.
Not when they giving them to you.
Man,
why would you say you putting them brakes on and they slide?
They slide.
They still running.
They all safe.
That's what
they all safe. Yeah,
it wasn't illegal spikes. It was something that Midway hadn't been introduced yet at that point. It was called melanin. That wasn't
that was part of their foray.
That was a little bit of different time, man. But we've had a lot of fun up here today on Friday Night
We
Flex.
struggled with them at Richfield. And Walker them will beat the living shit out of them. You hear me?
They ain't leave nothing for them.
So go Panthers.
Stop it. Hey, shout out my alma mater, man. We 3-0 right now. We doing a little something. We got Mansfield next week. We're going to see what's happening, man. But y'all see, we just having fun up here to end the show off. I want to thank everybody for tuning in with us here on Friday Night Flex today. It's been a lot of fun. Some games starting to wrap up.
A moment of prayer for my parlay.
Yeah, that prayer ain't gonna work. That prayer was like the governor gave the other day that I was just talking about. It's the same type of prayer that they gonna do nothing. But that parlay is trash. But let's pray for our parlays tomorrow, man. I know I got a fire one coming up. I don't make mine until the morning because I like to get that last minute analysis to either completely mess up my parlay or take it over the edge and win, man. So we'll see what that looks like.
Ball and parlay then took a whole new meaning.
Yeah, for real.
When who was that? Big Kiki, Big Mo, when it said like the ball and parlay?
Yeah, one of them. I think it was Lil Kiki that said that. Shout out to them, man. But folks, we're wrapping up here today on Friday Night Flex. It's been a great show. Had a lot of fun. A lot of these scores are just wrapping up here. University gets a win tonight. Waco High was not able to pull theirs out. La Vega gets a win tonight. Connally and Grandview still going at it right now. Connally just comes back and takes a very late lead against Grandview. Lorena and Franklin looking like they're going to pull that one out. Whitney putting up a basketball score on Hillsborough right now. They're up 70 points to 30 right now against Hillsborough. So they're putting them on. A shout out to Coach Haynes and those guys out there at Whitney. But a lot of great games that have happened so far. Some of those wrapping up tonight. Tomorrow,
Saturday,
we got college football.
70? Shouldn't you just go home?
Yeah, that's what it should be. Alito got a bullying clause filed on him back when I was in high school, and they had Jonathan Gray. They beat a team 90-something to 0.
They beat Waco High 84 to nothing. They should have got a bullying clause.
Jonathan Gray, it was bad. I remember that. Jonathan Gray was a monster though.
Yeah, that's James Gray was one of my roommates in college.
That was his son.
Yeah,
man, Jonathan Gray was the best running back I ever seen when I was in high school by far. He still holds every single record in the state game in Texas, every single record for playoffs in Texas. He was an absolute monster, man. Shout out to Jonathan Gray wherever he's at.
I think a fight would have broke out back in the day if they'd put 84 on us. I don't think we would have stood for it.
Y'all just said we leaving with something.
Stood for it.
Yeah,
he said we leaving with something, whether that's a lump or something. Somebody gonna do something out here. It's Connor Wigman.
But we always had our running backs too. Waco always had their running backs that could do some things too. So.
So it wouldn't have been no 70 to whatever.
No, we was gonna thump though. It wasn't no,
something was gonna happen.
The football guards would have came in and they would have had hell on the field, or lightning would have stopped the game or something. We're not going there like that.
Something would have happened out there.
Yeah.
We out of time here on Friday Night Flex, folks. Thanks everybody for tuning in. Tomorrow you got college football. Sunday and Monday you got NFL. So it's going to be a great weekend if you're a football fan. Thanks to everybody tuning in. Thanks to our sponsor, RJ's Bargain Center. We'll do one last read with them. Why pay full price for appliances when you don't have to? RJ's Bargain Center, you'll find the brand new refrigerators, washers, dryers, and stoves at a deep discount every single day. RJ's Bargain Center, a Centex Sports Network sponsor located on 711 Lynn Street in Waco. Give them a call at 254-224-6178.
Right before you get to
you can't miss it. Yeah, right before you get to Churches. Go down Waco Drive. You're going to see them right there on the right before you get to Churches, as Rocky just said. One more time, the phone number is 254-224-6178. Get those guys a call at RJ Bargain Center. Can't get better prices than that. Folks, thanks to everybody for tuning in with us. We'll be back on Centex Primetime next week. We'll see if we got any of these games right for Saturday and Sunday. Me, Rocky, and Wayne, we'll all talk about it next week, so make sure you guys tune in for that. We'll see you guys next time. Everybody have a great weekend.